Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tales of Fate, the first stories. Thank you for joining this evening for a night of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Niall, I use he, him, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight. Now, the Tales of Fate, this is our second story, and this is the first stories where our players will be heading into the wilds of the desert to find maybe the library of first stories. Will they find it, or will they die along the way? Who knows? But let's meet the players first and have a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Michael. I use he, him pronouns, as so does my character, Royce Devereaux. Royce is the former captain of the White Rose, a ship that sunk. So now he's journeyed inland to Zakhara and finds himself in the desert. He hangs out with Umberto, the hobgoblin, and he is a gentleman who likes the luxuries of life, conversation, fine wines, and also pleasures that you'll soon discover. He is a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy seeing what he gets up to. He also has a parrot called Pat Carrot, who is his conscience and most of his intelligence.
Hi everyone, my name is Ali, I use they them pronouns, and today I'm gonna make a fun service because I'm gonna play Umami, the druid slash rogue. It's gonna use they them pronouns. And you will notice that in the first 20 minutes that I don't know how to play a druid. But I'm here for the shenanigans and we'll see what happens.
Hello, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character Umberto. He is a hobgoblin barbarian, a fighter, a survivor. And okay, yeah, maybe a few years ago he might have made a boastful thing about how even fate herself couldn't affect him, and that might have had some repercussions here in the land of Zakhara, where your words do have meaning. He's fine. Don't worry about the old man. He's fine.
Hello, I'm Michael. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Atak Halal, a owlin druid. We'll see what happens and what's weird and strange spiritual sayings of the moons and stars I can come up with or steal, like unhonorably, from famous quotes.
Hello, I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be playing Devon. Yes, I'm finally bringing a character that uses part of my username to a D&D game. Yay! He is a half-elf artificer who is a specialist in archaeology. He comes to the group partway through the story after getting caught up in some shenanigans. He's missing his left eye and left arm. Has a bit of a thing with Umami and the rest and Royce. So let's see what shenanigans I can insert into this game.
Shenanigans.
Check out our sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for carefully crafted click-clack math rocks for use in your favourite TTRPGs. Phoenix Dice work with recycled goods, meaning their products and packaging are all made from sustainable materials. You can go to phoenixdice.com to check their entire selection, and if you put !dice in chat, you can enter a raffle with a chance to win a set of Phoenix Dice of your own.
Big love to our D20 club on Patreon. They're great. You're wonderful. We love you so much. And they help us keep the kobolds in line, which is very important. They get up to all sorts of cheeky jam-related activities. Anyway, the D20 club, they've created a fan Discord where you can come and chat about all things Roll Together. And they've created a wiki page to help you keep track of all of our stories, which you can find at rolltogether.fandom.com. You can join and be as cool as they are from as little as one of your local currencies per month by following the link in chat or in the description below.
We are delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. You can select your heroes and formation and then battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, mobile, and Nintendo Switch. And if you put !code into chat, you'll get yourself a free Electrum chest.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok by searching Roll Together RPG or by following the links in chat or in the description below. If you can't join us live and want to see our previous adventures, you can catch up straight after on YouTube or on your favourite podcasting app by searching for Roll Together RPG.
Finally, we run queer-friendly tables and encourage and support trans and GNC players and characters in our games. Our players and DM may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering but acknowledge that it does happen. We welcome corrections and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. Check out Safety in Chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit.
And now, let's begin. So, the players first find themselves within the City of Solitude known as Halwa, within a guest house called the Fate's Blessing. Now, the Fate's Blessing is an ex-adventurer's guest house which he opened with his now deceased wife. Her portrait hangs upon the wall, and she's quite a burly figure with a stern portrait that stares out at the bar. Out at the whole bar, just sort of giving everyone a disapproving look, like she did in life. It's known that the guest house isn't particularly classy, and even though it's called Fate's Blessing, you hear from the owner, Zain Al-Habibi, that was what his wife wanted to call this tavern that they opened together. She wanted to call it Fate's Blessing because she thought it was Fate's blessing that they earned all this gold. And he has many a secret and many a story, first-hand knowledge, which some people might reckon is a bit of a tall tale, and other people might, take for truth. But it's an adventurer tavern, and it's full of people from all around, all different races, congregated here. And one of the main things it's known for is that if a fight breaks out, you have probably 6 seconds to exit with your drink before being involved. Just to let you know. So,
Nice.
You guys.
Seeds planted. Seeds planted.
So you guys are waiting for the person who's going to give you a job, Mr. Ali, who is supposedly meeting you here. Would you like to describe your character and where they might be in Fate's Blessing? Umberto, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So Umberto is sort of 6'2", quite muscular but wiry hobgoblin. He's in his 60s, greying hair, sort of with the top knot, darkish red skin. He's currently wearing sort of, I'd say, like desert traveling robes. He's a barbarian, so he can't wear armor, but he's wearing comfortable. He's also a man of an advanced age, wearing sensible shoes.
Excellent.
There's no point in being like, ooh, I'm going to wear a big. No, you're going to be on your feet all day. You want sensible shoes. As I assume they haven't confiscated weapons from us, there's also a great axe across his back. Probably at the bar, just propping up the bar. And I think it's that sort of thing where, as I said, as a barbarian in your 60s, you're like, yeah, I could take people in here, but that's just so much effort and so much noise. He's, again, he never was a handsome man, but he's obviously been hit in the face a few times. The nose has been reset. And, just that sort of old man thing of I'm going to sit at the bar. People are going to be quiet and they're going to leave me alone. I'm just having my pint.
Fair enough. ATAC, would you like to... Sorry, am I saying that right, Mike?
ATAC. But I think it's ATAC. I certainly am not the pronunciation correct person for it. Where's ATAC? ATAC, I imagine somewhere near Umami. Umami. But I'll let Ali decide whether that's true or not. But similar sort of attire, long dark robes, but everything's sort of like tightened up in places with sort of levers. I'm thinking very like the Sand People. long sort of robes, hood over the top, but it makes his head really quite large because he's got a huge bulbous owl head, as he is an owlin. But adorned everywhere on him are these golden these golden like rings everywhere. Some hanging from feathers, hanging from arms, just tons of different little gold circles at all times. Probably sat near the entrance to the door, as learnt the hard way of what this place is like. So sits close to the door drinking. It's also the easiest place to catch him, and maybe he's been here for many years. So people know where to find him, which is near the entranceway, for any work or things that need to happen.
Great stuff. Michael, would you like to tell us where Royce is?
There's a gentleman sitting by, well, it wouldn't be a fire. Is there a fire? I don't know if there's a fire. Is there a fire?
There, it's probably around
still a bit
about,
hot, but maybe
it's around about midday.
The opposite.
So
someone doing this.
The guest house itself has like a mixture of lowered seating where it'd be loads of cushions and lots of smoking equipment, shishas and things like that. There'd be lots of food available. Most of the heat would be coming from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's also raised platforms for tables and booths with these beautiful stained glass windows, wonderful mosaics of different colors that sort of give this whole place the inside, because it is midday. The whole place lights up with all these different colors from the stained glass windows. But most of the area is meant to be big so that it's cooled down and able to open up. A lot of the windows are open. The odd one is closed, but there wouldn't be a fire just at this point.
No. Then puffing on a sheesh and reclining on cushions is Royce Devereaux. Royce is wearing a pirate frock jacket, a tricorn hat, and he is he's reclining in that sort of louche way that one would if they're enjoying the finer things in life. There's a wine in one hand as well, the sheaf packing, and also there's a delicate crack as well, a crack that can be heard from just behind Royce. And then he'll reach behind and he'll take a walnut that's just been cracked by the parrot that follows him everywhere. Yes, just behind him is his pet carrot, Pat Carrot, who is a large golden blue macaw. The two are inseparable and have been since Royce rescued Pat Carrot from the jungles and from people who wanted to steal them away. So they come as a pair and work very well together. Since Royce is, well, he is quite handsome and a hit with most people, a gift of the gab. However, he's not particularly clever. And so the brains of the organization might be in the bird. In this case, bird-brained is said with, yes, with an amount of goodness and clarity, because, yes, Pat is inseparable from Royce. But Royce would be laid out, probably, yes, eating walnuts, grapes, drinking wine, and having some shish.
Wonderful. You can hear, walnut, Captain! Walnut!
That's right. Thank you. And he throws it up in the air and catches it in his mouth. And each time he's trying to throw it higher, probably to impress anyone who's watching, because he'd want to be watched doing anything.
Make a sleight of hand check.
A sleight of
performance check, whichever you prefer.
Okay, let's see. First roll. Do you say performance or
roll, Royce?
Yeah. Okay, they're the same. So let's see. Okay, that is a 12.
Which would you prefer it to be, a performance or a sleight?
This is all performance. All performance.
Yeah, Royce is sort of like sat back with pipe in one hand, walnut that's just been freshly cracked for him. He chucks it up, and there's a little bit of a, but then you catch it, and you think to yourself, no problem.
Probably a wink to someone at that point. In fact, definitely a wink to anyone who can see. Actually, Umberto's going to be winked at as many times, because just impress Umberto. They've worked together before. He knows how good I am at catching walnuts in my mouth.
Again, Umberto's eyes sort of flick down and sort of like slightly like gestures higher. Just
great.
Yeah, I think it's that sort of thing of like having quite a curmudgeon, but then you've got like quite a face character, and you're like, oh no, we're best friends in this way. And they're like, yeah, go on, do a bar trick. Go on, higher.
Okay, this one goes off the wall. And I'm going to throw it off the wall back into my mouth. Actually, I'm going to try and land it on my tongue and then flick it back into my mouth.
Roll a check for me. You do have an audience of one sat across from you. There seems to be a half elf, a male half elf, just looking at you, kind of like, what's he going to do next?
And it throws, and it bounces off the wall, and 19.
It lands dexterously on your tongue, which you then flick into your mouth. And you know what? The half elf's impressed. They nod at you.
Still got it, Umberto? Still got it.
I lean over to the bar. Get that man another drink.
The bartender quickly starts to pour more wine.
Excellent.
For our lovely Royce. Umami, whereabouts are you? The power is in your hands now. Are you near Atak?
No, I feel like... So, Atak is next to the door. We're not together physically, but we are together at the bar, like companions. And in opposite side, close to the door, there is a group of. It seems like workers from the bar, like in a having a break. Some of them look like they are from the kitchen, and an individual using as well some sort of kitchen equipment, like really wary. So it's not like he. If you see this person working in a kitchen, you don't want to eat in that kitchen. They are missing an eye. They are a tiefling. So you see a pair of long, like horns, just like gazelle, kind of like desert animal. The skin is like the sun in the desert, but more like the sun at the sea or by the beach, because from time to time it shines, just like those little crystals that you can find by the shore. They have these leathery as well, sort of. There is some elements similar to Atak. Maybe they are from the same tribe, who knows? And leathery elements. They have also this prawn. And something that immediately catches your eyes is this massive kitchen knife that is just encrusted on the table. And they are playing dice with, they're making some gambling on the table. And
you're gonna say 5 fingers then with the knife.
Atak from time to time laugh at what's happened on the table, because he's one of the few people that can notice that Umami is using a magic die and always winning the games. So yeah, that is Umami. From time to time, some people, it's really weird because although they sell food here, Umami has a plate of, I don't know, like pastries next to them. And from time to time, some mysterious individual just pass by and take one of them, and Umami pays no attention to that.
Lovely. So, whilst you guys are working your different parts of the bar, some of you are working at a gambling table, some of you are working walnuts, some of you are working on a beer, some of you are working on staying out of trouble.
Can I interject just with my crazy passive perception? My main job right now is reading the people who Mami's working on, and when I realise that they've maybe cottoned on or they're starting to get a little frustrated, that's when I would like send some sort of signal to Umami that you need to move on. You've done enough there.
And that is all for today, guys. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to play with you, but I'm really hungry, and I just take the plate with the pastries and move to Atak's table. So
one of them.
Well, I cannot wink. It's not
I think they're just blinking at me.
Brilliant stuff. One of them, a Dragonborn that goes with they them sort of looks at you, squinting as you walk away. This golden dragonborn. They seem to be onto you, but they're not 100% sure yet. But they are giving you some devil's eyes. Pardon me. As this happens, ATAC, with your what's your passive perception, just for the viewers?
There's 21.
What?
Maybe it's your incredibly high passive perception. Maybe it's the fact that you're right next to the door. But the person
Nobody's going to know. How would they know?
the person who you've been waiting for, Mr. Ali, walks in, and they are wearing a large brown duster coat with metal that seems to be on the inside and on the outside as protection. It looks incredibly heavy and hefty for someone in this region. Their clothes also look thicker than the usual clothes of this region, marking them clearly as someone who's not from around here. Their hair is black. They have quite a thick beard, which is marked with scars across their face, and they have a large scar across their right eye. Their hair is long and tied up into a bun, and it's a very messy bun. And they have swords and a large backpack, a bow and quivers still on them, packed lightly, as you can see, as they can move around quite freely. And they walk straight past you and look for somewhere to sit. And you see that as they enter, there's a group leaving a booth, and they quickly slip into that booth and sit down and just pat their hands on the table, waiting for you guys to arrive.
I'll rise up and catch the eyes of Umberto and give like a upward head nod.
Try and like with my other hand, like gesture to Royce. Like, again, the hands.
Yes.
Yeah, sort of a very sort of like you point back over there. Just
Excellent. As soon as Umberto does that, yep, I trust him. Straight over.
Right, showtime. Right. Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. And Umami's with ATAC, right? So you. Yeah, we all know. We all know. Yeah.
Is this time?
You got it.
ATAC will go slide into the booth.
Do you all come over together?
Yeah, I mean, if you could just make a general perception of like going, just it's good to know if anyone's paying too much attention. It doesn't seem like the sort of place it would, but that's just, yeah. If that's okay, just make a perception.
Yeah, of course. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Thank you. It's a 19.
Oh, with a 19, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Everybody's relatively ignoring you, apart from the bartender, who also happens to be the guest housekeeper, Zane, who you asked for a drink. And they have noticed that you're moving, and they've noticed that Royce is going to move with you, and they are, at the moment, pouring a drink for Royce, and they are following you guys to the table.
Oh, I'll take that as I notice it, because obviously, why not? There's a drink coming towards you. Lovely.
This is for you, my friend. It was bought by your friend at the bar, the Hobgoblin, the large one.
Yes, Umberto. Lovely fellow. Thanks, Umberto. Cheers. And I'll see if I can get anyone else in the bar to join me in cheers. I want everyone to join me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roll a performance check for cheers. Cheersy, sir.
14?
With a 14, you know what? Not the whole bar, but a good few people that have had like some merriment, especially that half elf that was watching you earlier. I'll go, hey!
Great. Good vibes. Yeah.
Good vibes.
And Berto puts up a very tired hand, like, yeah, hello.
I love it.
I think we've had multiple bar fights because Royce has been like, a drink for me, delicious. And it's just like, right, here we go. It's
Right.
just, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Zane walks over with you to the table and says, can I get you guys anything for the table? Is there one thing of a tab for this whole table? Are you playing together? Mr. Ali says, yeah, what would you guys like to drink? I'll, some me.
The wine I've just been given, that goes straight away. One more of those.
Excellent choice.
You have any ale? That will do.
We have ale. We can do this for you.
Ale sounds good, yeah.
Ale, wine. For you, my wonderful owlin friend.
You know, sometimes I throw wishes into the night, and I just wait for the stars to catch them.
One wine.
Just very slowly nodded. ATAC was like, it's same old. Just like
the guest housekeeper puts like a hand on the table and looks to the portrait of his wife behind the bar and says, Isra, we have a strange, strange life, don't we? And then he just gets on with the rest of his job.
What times we have.
What times we live in, right?
Yeah.
Ollie looks at... Sorry, go on, what were you saying?
I was just gonna greet everyone. Humberto is still alive.
I'm as surprised as you are, my friend.
Last time I was stitching you up, you were like, Jesus Christ, how is he holding up, you know?
I mean, mostly from spit and vengeance, but, you know, you did an excellent job in stitching me up. You know, hardly feel it at all on the cold nights. Also, just like, hey, ATAC, does he, after that, you're like, hey, kid.
Boy.
And... Yeah,
No. Just as ATAC says that wonderful phrase, Royce will look at Pat on the shoulder as if to think that the bird would understand another, bird. So anything that ATAC says, which has some, yes. So Pat then looks at Royce to translate, and translates what ATAC's just said to mean. Oh, hang on. How can I roll for Pat? No.
Let me get a bird stats.
But also remember, this is no average parrot.
No,
this is one
Pat
of the
Carrot.
This
is Pat Carrot, a magical parrot.
Oh gosh.
Well, whatever it is, I've got 16 on my dice. So
that's not bad at all.
That's Pat understands.
It would have to be wisdom of some kind.
Yeah.
Give me. I'm just trying to close down pop-ups. Give me a second.
That's all right.
Okay.
And I was like, singles in my area. Who would have thought?
You know, it's really funny. One of them is that. One of them is actually like Discovery Plus, a subscription to the Single Life. I don't know if that's a TV show.
Hey.
Anyway,
is that the buy of the game?
Yeah. Oh my mate,
gosh.
you're looking up D&D on an evening. Maybe you need to find singles in your area.
Yeah, that sounds about right, really. So if it was a wisdom roll is -3.
That's very rude.
So with a 13, they
Yes.
understand. They get it.
Great. And they tell Royce that ATAC meant that life is worth living. Thank you so much. Thank you,
for not throwing
ATAC.
that back to me. I did not
I won't.
have any intention of making any sense of that.
If Royce hears
now
it,
ATAC
always,
needs to make a roll to see whether or not that's what they
life is worth living. Thank you.
Welcome.
Smart
Life
man.
is worth living. Welcome.
Thank you, Pat.
Ali orders a stiff wine as well, and the drinks come back, and Ali is just kind of like watching you guys with like a gentle smile on his face as he sees you guys, like buddying and meeting again for what clearly seems to be a long time coming. And as the drinks get delivered, Zane goes, "Please let me know if you need anything else."
Royce always sits on chairs like that, by the way. They're always the wrong way around.
Of course.
And that's the kind of thing that Royce does. Like sitting on a chair. That's right. Then maybe doing this as well. Just absolutely. It's all about power stance. Yeah.
Ali is sat pretty much cornered by you guys in the middle of the booth. and they shuffle out their bag from their back and put it onto their lap, and they say, so somebody put me in touch with you guys because they said that if there was someone who would be reliable with a bit of protection and a bit of traveling this desert, it was you.
And that's correct.
Yeah,
Great.
sounds about right.
We have the muscles. We have the brain. Point at the bird. Map.
I also point at the bird.
Royce thinks you're pointing at him, so that doesn't matter at all. Perfectly fine.
Brilliant. That's great. So I have a job that might lead us nowhere, really. I'm going out on a bit of a limb here to see whether or not it'll work. But the pay is 400 gold pieces. And he goes inside his coat pocket and pulls out a rock the size of a fist, and it's a black obsidian stone. And he says that should cover around about 400 gold pieces, I think. He puts it back into his coat. Of course, if you want
I guess that's very heavy.
Just a whole thing of obsidian, there we go.
It's a big rock. If you don't want to take part of that, that's fine. But essentially, and he kind of looks around the whole bar and has a little gander around, and then decides in his head that it's okay. And he goes into his bag and he pulls out this what looks like a book with metal bindings and black leather, and he puts it on the table. And what languages does everybody speak?
Plus, actually, I have one language left to choose in case we need it. So,
Yeah.
because actually, just if we really need to read something, just let me know, and then you could just.
Turns out I have deep speech this entire time.
Well, Celestial might be a good language to know, if you don't know it. And to be fair, if you're a Star Druid, it makes a lot of sense as well. So, what languages does everybody speak?
I speak Common and Halfling, of course.
Nice.
Common and Dwarvish.
Which is funny because you're a goblin as well. You don't speak any goblin.
Well, I've got a smattering from when I wasn't raised by goblins, but
Exactly.
I think I was raised in an orphanage by a dwarf, and then just again most of the dwarfish is swearing, which is very good when you hang out with the dwarves, and then you're like, I've got one for you, mate, and they're like, hey.
Primordial, Elvish, Druidic.
Infernal, Celestial, and Druidic. And Rose Cant, something like that.
Oh, Thieves' Cant. Oh, I can speak Thieves' Cant as well.
Good.
So that's nice. Own little language, super duper.
We just gibberish.
That's it. Yes.
On the front cover of this book, you can see engraved into a metal disc says the first tome in Celestial. Umami. The rest of you can't read the text.
I lift the opposite that nobody can see.
Ali says, this is a map of some sorts. And he opens up the front of it, and you can see that the book itself isn't actually a book, but some sort of mechanism with lots of different folding parts, lots of different cogs and wheels and dices. But on this main top seem to be 5 slots, and in 4 of these slots seem to be very clear cut, what you would recognize as compasses.
This is very interesting. What is it?
It's a map, as far as I'm aware. I've not really been able to figure it out. Anyway, Yeah.
I wonder where it leads. Yes, a map. A map. Good. Map. Good.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Aitak, this is like you shit, isn't it?
Recognize it?
If you'd like me to have a look.
Yeah. He turns it to you, and are you going to make an investigation check?
I'd prefer to use a survival.
See, yeah. Have you got proficiency with maps and navigation?
No. I just track the land, not through cartography.
He's
I
well
use the
travelled.
stars and the moon again.
Unfortunately, this isn't a map in the conventional sense. This seems to be.
because I don't use maps in the conventional sense.
This is perfect for me.
It's more of a puzzle box.
Oh, so yeah.
Look, this is not a map.
It's not a map.
Well, it's a map in the sort of metaphysic or whatever, you know.
Well, it's got clues in it.
Metaphysical.
Pat, explain metaphysical.
Metaphysical. Yeah. So whilst this is going,
things that don't really exist in the real world.
Thanks, Pat.
Concepts.
Back on board. Concepts.
I point at Pat. Exactly.
I don't even look at it. But like, Ali puts it in front of him, and he just like hands it back.
Cool. Ali points to some script. He says that the map says it's hidden in a labyrinth within the high desert, the entrance to which is in the land of frozen souls. And you can follow where they're finding this text, Umami. And you can see that they've already had a little play with some of the dioceses, and they've matched some coding to it. You can see that the bottom says, to make it to the library, you have to follow the river of light.
The river of light.
Yeah. Now,
can you actually read that, or?
I can read that.
Okay. Insight check.
roll an insight check.
Again,
I
the
guess-
squint to one eye, like.
Oh Jesus Christ! Natural one.
Yeah. He can. Of course, he can read it.
I mean, I was trying to
the man
get,
just
like-
told you can read it.
Yeah, if he knows what they're doing, or just sending us to oblivion. Yeah.
But he seems to be confident that this is a map.
So, a river of light. That's got to be easy to find because usually rivers involve water. Yes?
Again.
Good. So
It's a bit metaphorical in honesty.
So it's not a river.
Do I know of constellations that would be referred to as the River of Light? Because that sounds like a constellation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Northern Lights.
Because you would know constellations, I'm gonna give you this for free and say no. There isn't one in particular that you would be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But you do know that there's an area. Well, actually, roll me a history check, Umami and Aitak.
Still couldn't argue for survival.
Oof. One better than the other. 8.
No, because this is a history lesson. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a 7. We didn't pay attention.
You had a bad time out there. You're just like.
Yeah, you struggle to really remember any sort of general knowledge about these things that have been clued out to you so far. But you know the high desert, and you know you can go searching, and these compasses will probably help because they all seem to be pointing the same direction.
As I look Aitak's expression, there is a little bit of concern. Like, if Aitak doesn't know where it is, we are like, this is serious shit.
Would this
Ali
be,
said, "Sorry, go."
would this be deep into the desert?
I don't know. I'm not really from around here. I'm looking for what has been called the Great Library of First Stories. This is apparently a book, the very first book ever. It's pretty high tech for a book.
Well, how have you got it then? So hang on, this is your book, yes? What? How have you got this book?
I have the book because
Slightly, hand on the table near Royce,
Yes.
like a little bit like
Yes.
I
because
found it.
Found it. You
Yeah.
found the first book ever written, just laying around.
Apparently, it could be a lie. Like I said, it could be fake.
But the book could be a fake?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to look at the rest of the party because I'm going to try and see if they think anything else is fishy.
I give the
You're gonna make
usual
Inside
sign to ITAC, like this is more where you inside check.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the worst person to do this, so okay, guys.
Anybody can make an insight check.
Yeah,
You're all
why
there.
not?
Okay,
You're
so-
all there listening
So,
to it.
oh, actually, no, insight I'm all right at. But yes,
Okay, what did you get?
well, I did it after a 10. It's all right, don't laugh. It's in the middle.
yeah, it's fine. It's better than my 6 because I'm just like, I think a moment where I was like, yeah, treasure, and it's like books. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
Books,
you
books.
switched off.
Books,
You
books.
just immediately switched off when the word book got told.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like I've been sent to go like get proper treasure, and this is like, oh, cool, book in a language I don't. There's a compass missing. Also, I just like if they're all pointing the same way, I was like, yeah, north. That's how a compass works.
Umami, what did you roll again?
No, I outsourced that to ITAC.
ITAC?
Which is hilarious because ATAC goes, well, if he's willing to sacrifice 400 gold's worth for what could be a fake book, what does it matter?
What was the roll?
Did you roll?
8.
It's some good high rolling already, true. It's lovely.
Very
Umami,
good
do you want to
mercenaries.
roll just for the sake of rolling?
So umami is like, it's always have like a kind of cinnamon or sugar in the hands. It's always something like really sweet smelling on the hand that they use for like components kind of thing. So guidance.
Just gently lick your delicious.
That's so funny.
I'm just having a churro. Lovely.
4 plus 16, 15.
So, Royce, Umberto, ATAC. ATAC, you beautifully described how you see this situation. That, you know, if he's willing to pay for you, he's probably bought the book. Umberto, you don't care. Just like, as soon as the word book was said, you switched out of this, logged off. Royce, you were questioning this, and you have quickly developed a different thought, which is, well, if this is the first book, does this mean this is the first library? And you've automatically already forgotten why you were distrusting this one in the first place.
Good. Yes, okay.
And Umami, you've done a bit of thievery in your time, and you know what it's like when somebody catches you out when you've very clearly stolen something. And Ali has very clearly stolen this book, and that would probably be an indication to why there's a compass missing. Is that it was already somebody else's. They've taken part of it out, and he's taken the rest of the book.
Oh, yeah, finder's keeper, isn't it? So, moving on, right? Because I think the place is getting busy, and we don't want anyone to listen to this conversation. what exactly you want us to do? Find the place, find the item that is missing, deliver the item.
He closes the book and puts it back into his bag and shoulders the bag onto one shoulder. Thing is I don't want the library. I don't. I just want to get there. I just want to see if I can find something. If I can find that, then the library's yours. So really, this is more a proposition for you guys than it is for me. I mean, I'm sure that you could sell the contents of the library. I'm sure there'll be a lot of treasure there. Just as long as I get to have a look there first. It might take me a few days. I don't know if there's anyone in the library or anything like that. But
now, if I didn't know better, you're going to go to a library to look around for a book, yes?
Yeah.
A book that's better than the first book ever made, yes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe a couple of books.
Oh, it's a couple of books now.
A couple of books.
Well, I'm looking for a specific piece of information, and then once I've got that information, I'll move on.
Right.
Nice. And how are you expecting us to find that place if there is a piece missing in your apparatus?
Oh no, this is just a compass. Actually, and he takes the book back out and he hands out 3 of the compasses and pockets one of them himself. Says this will actually be what lead us to the library, apparently. I mean, are you wanting to take the job?
Well, you've given us the compasses now, so...
Well, he's just put them on the table.
Yeah, it'd be kind of rude for us to... So, 400 gold from the rock and...
He puts the rock also on the table.
Hang on a minute. That's not made of gold.
No, it's obsidian gem. It's worth about 400 gold, maybe more.
Right. So it's the same thing. That's gold, yes? But
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we get that,
Okay.
and then we get the right to
Ali
everything.
looks at you, Atek. He goes, "Is he all right?" And the parrot goes, "He's fine."
I imagine the parrot rolling their eyes every time. Oh, Jesus.
Don't ask questions!
perfectly valid question. You know, just want to make sure we know where we stand. That's actually made of oblivion, yes? Oblivion.
Yeah.
That's made of oblivion. Okay, it's made of oblivion. Great,
Yeah,
good.
It's
okay.
Oblivion Rock. So,
Okay, oblivion rock.
The struggles to not say Oblivion. So the rock, and then the rights to everything that's in the library. Just you get first claim to the information you need.
Yeah, and also when you tell people you found it, don't bring me up.
All right.
I don't even remember your name.
Great.
Oh, his name's Ali.
Yeah, it's my last name. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Good. Just thought you want to know, Umami, okay? Just helping you out.
You know, yeah. Just don't. Maybe it's not a good idea for me to tell you my name.
I mean, what would
you
we
know
do
what?
with it?
We'll stick with Ali.
Good. I mean, I've got nothing planned. Just really sits back a bit, like going.
Great. Well, here's a compass. I'm going to keep one on me as well. So that leaves 3 for you guys to split up. And he immediately moves one away from Royce.
Give it to the parrot.
He just moves all 3 away from Royce immediately.
Is Royce still got a hand out? Just
out of curiosity, could I roll perception to find out if I understand what he's trying to say about me here?
Make an insight check.
An insight check. Okay, good.
But do it at disadvantage as he puts the Oblivion rock in your hand.
Ooh,
Right.
Oh wow! Okay, we're giving him the booty.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just
do it
want-
at disadvantage as he puts the Oblivion rock in your hand.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, good.
He's clearly distracting you.
Excellent. That's good because that now makes it a 9. Well,
Yeah, he's not saying anything. He thinks you deserve the Oblivion rock, so he clearly thinks highly of you.
great. So, we get paid now.
Yeah.
There's
Well, just in case one of you die. You know.
Thanks.
Oh,
What?
wow.
Well, I don't. That's usual for adventuring types, right? I'm an adventurer myself.
the desert is really dangerous.
I'm also going to
I
make
laugh at danger.
haha. I'm going to make it insight because it sounds as soon as you say like an adventurer and he seems to be carrying everything. It seems like he's just backpacking.
Make a insight, another insight check to whether or not this person is an adventurer.
Can I make a join with insight? But basically, just I'd like to figure out if Ali is purposely not telling us what he's looking for. He's clearly a little cagey. Is he uncomfortable about being pushed on the subject and is trying to like distract us with this sort of guise of loads of books that we can steal and things like that?
Make an insight check as well, please.
22.
Nice.
I got a 4. I think I'm just getting really bored by all this.
You're like, of course he's an adventurer. He's got swords.
I think I start looking at the swords, and then I'm just like, oh, those are actually quite nice swords, and then just sort of
They are actually. Both hilts are very nice.
I think I still get the logic of going like, well, he's only got they look like they haven't been used, but they're nice swords, and then I'm just going to think about swords for a little bit, just like it's like churning over in the background. I'm a bit drunk. It's all a bit loud. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I'm just like. I'm watching what Royce like balance the rock, and I'm like,
well, what Royce is doing is he's seeing whether he thinks he can throw this up in the air and catch it in his mouth.
In his mouth.
Yeah, that's what he's currently doing.
I think if that's okay, that's what my distraction now is. I was like, oh, the sword. Oh, gee. Oh, God. Here we go. As he literally throws our treasure up in the air, like,
just getting the weight of it. Yeah, he's pretty good at it. He's pretty good at throwing things up in the air and catching them again. Come on.
I have no doubt for your sleight of hand. I'm also worried that we're in what's not a very reputable bar. Where someone's like, look at that person literally throw gold up in the air,
Oh, no.
It's not reputable.
Not gold.
It's not gold. It's oblivion.
Michael or Atak, you can see through the bodyguards that he's throwing up. He is cagey about who he is and how he's got this book. And you're starting to realize that this whole situation is a little underhanded, and this person is under what seems to be like a minor pressure to them that they don't want to tell you everything about themselves, and this isn't the kind of person that is going to tell you about themselves. However, they do seem friendly and good-natured, and you gather that what they have told you about themselves is true. So the fact he is a seasoned adventurer. He said it with such confidence, one of you may die, which clearly shows that he's been on adventures and people have died.
How about
he's quite young as well, by the way. He's probably in his early 20s.
What race?
Human.
Humanoid. Okay.
How about we go fill our water skins at the well and prepare everything. And
actually, I have everything already prepared at the sand gates. We could probably meet there later tonight. Are you all agreed that this is what you want to do?
There's always something new to be seen in the unchanging night sky.
What he said.
Very nice.
Me and Harvey do it in sync. We're like, yep.
Atak, because of your high passive perception, you're the one who notices this. But a couple of people walk into the tavern and they have their faces covered. As soon as they enter, you see Ali's gaze meet theirs, and you see recognition in both their eyes. Ali grabs the nearest flagon of ale, stands on the table, says, I'll see you guys at the Sandgates in like an hour or so, and then screams, bar fight! And then launches this tavern straight at someone's head, proceeds to jump over 2 tables and dive out of the stained glass window.
Yeah!
What an exit. I like.
Somebody grab Royce. Somebody grab Royce.
Literally,
Would you like to roll initiative?
I'm so excited about this! As soon as I see him going, I want to follow.
I'm going to
This looks like the
try.
best game ever!
I'm going to try and make a grapple attack on Royce. I think always like as he dives through the window, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Would you guys like to roll initiative for me, please?
Initiative. Wow.
Yes, please.
Here we bloody well go.
As Ali has supposedly started a bar fight.
Oh, I'm a cleric, right? Looking good.
So, what's everybody's initiative?
22.
22. Excellent. Umberto. Oh, Umami's a 6. Class.
16 for ATAC.
Oh. And Umberto?
13.
13. Excellent stuff. Right. That puts us at Royce. It is your turn.
No, Royce.
Imagine a child in a sandbox and seeing so many toys to play with. As soon as our friend Ali jumps across the table and goes for the window, Royce is going to see this as a proposition to see what way he can get out of this building in the coolest fashion possible. There's drapes and so forth, isn't there? There's things that are hanging from the wall as well as cushions.
Yeah. There's chandeliers with scents in them, incense and stuff like that. There's also like a serious upheaval. It's like everybody. It's kind of that time of day where everything's just that irritable hot. And it's like everybody was just waiting for somebody to swing the first point.
Right.
A lot of people come to this bar just to have a fight. Like, This is not the first time. You, Royce, once saw a halfling. You were having a drink. You once saw a halfling walk into the bar, jump onto the bar, jump into a group of people. You managed to make it out. And as you did so, you saw that same halfling running out of that bar, jumping onto a little horse, like a little Shetland pony, and running away on it.
Great. Oh, little Tom Three Fingers. He's such good fun in pub environments. Well, the chandelier seems like the best possible way to do this. So is there a long table that Royce can jump onto, run along, kicking everyone's beers to one side, grabbing on the chandelier, and swinging from the chandelier into... Is there a window? Or he's done a window. What sandboxy thing can Royce swing into or perch atop?
I'm assuming you don't want to go through the same window because that'd just
Of course
be
not.
Yeah, right?
No,
It's not cool.
Yeah.
not the Devereaux way.
Ali went for the nearest window.
Oh, then I'd go for the furthest one away.
Yeah.
Other side of the bar. Yeah.
From pretty much the other side of the guest house. You would have to make your way through the mob, which is occurring right now.
Please disengage.
with your passive perception, ATAC, you can see swords being drawn from the people with their faces covered, and they're heading for you. Royce, you're none the wiser. Umami and Bertu, you are also none the wiser. They seem to be hiding themselves within this mob. Attack. But it's not your turn. Royce, you are aiming for the other side of this guest house. You would probably have to skip jump over maybe 4 tables or so. Well, 2 tables to get to the chandelier, swing over to another table, land on that, and then dive out of that window, which currently is open.
Excellent.
And has a little drop.
Which I'll then come on roll out of and pull out my rapier after I've left the fight. Yes, great, perfect.
If that's what you want to do.
It's exactly what Royce is going to do. It's uncanny how you thought of it. Obviously, Pat Carrot knows these sort of things happen. So as soon as I stood up, Pat Carrot's gone to safety. Yeah. What would you like me to do?
You would have to use maybe a bonus action to dash.
Yes.
And then an acrobatics action to make all of these wonderful acrobatic feats.
Great. Okay. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, roll for it.
Roll acrobatics. 7! Yeah!
Doesn't even get on the table.
What do you mean? Perfect.
Holy crap! Okay, so
Daring Devereaux
No.
strikes again.
You
Leaps
jump
onto the
up onto
table,
the
yeah.
table from the chair position you're in. You leap onto the chair, step onto the table, jump over to one table. You start to sprint over to the chandelier, which you then grab. Incense burning your hands. You then let go mid jump as you fall, spang on your neck. Your body crumples forward, just squishing you in half as you sandwich into yourself. You take.
Oh, no.
Take
3 points of bludgeoning.
10 cool points. Ah, great.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as
Okay.
you crunch into the middle of this whole fight.
We do just hear a last ooh from someone. Like again, it's a bar fight, but also ooh.
That's so funny.
And then I jump up as quickly as possible, just missing the pain, brush one down and go, I'll try it again. And then that's the end of my go.
You're not even going to get into the fight. The next objective is to just do it again. If it's first you don't succeed.
Seed, try at least 3 times. Yes.
Rules of threes, man. Rules of threes.
It's the way Royce works.
Okay. ATAC, it is your turn.
I'll glance across to Umami and nod and do the usual. I'm going to flip the table and grab Berto and Umami by the shoulders and pull them behind the table and cast Pass Without a Trace, as this is my usual tactic to get out of bar fights if I'm trapped. Hide behind the table, cast Pass Without a Trace, and then sniggle my way out.
Very nice. Very nice.
So that's a 21 for my own stealth behind the table. Obviously, it's fairly obvious where we are to them, but and then I'm going to attempt to.
Not once you're behind the table. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to figure out after that.
And then I'll use my move as much of my movement as I can, and if I can go via underneath the tables to a point where I could potentially grab the ankles of a certain Royce on top of a table and pull them down. I don't know if I'm going to achieve that, or maybe if I just should at this point accept.
You could sneak over to him, but as soon as you get to him to attempt to get him to hide, you would be revealing your actions. You would no longer be stealthing. Because you would be trying to do an action essentially.
I'm gonna let Royce play out and just let him do what he's gonna do. And so I'm just gonna sneak out behind them and hopefully get out the door. If I can, I'll go through the kitchen and the back. I don't know what's easier.
You think you could probably sneak round out of this booth and then just sort of do a nice little U-turn through this fight. If you crawl on the floor, you'll eventually get to the exit.
I just realized I can't leave Umberto and Umami though.
Because we're kind of doing. I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow now Umberto and Umami. Do you want to stealth with ATAC, or are you wanting to join in the fight?
If we have a little bit of a talk as a free action, I sort of look at Unami and you feeling up for a rumble, or do you want to, I could go get Royce. I could also punch some people. What are you feeling? As Unami just sort of shrugs. I'm like, I mean, do you feel like fight? Because I'm happy to go fight.
I think at this point, Umami is just holding his their knife and just
it's just a little bit yeah. I know it's not quite my turn, but it's almost like the table goes flying as both of us are like, ah!
Cool. Yeah.
ATAC scampers off and you can just hear him going, my bones are hollow. I can't.
I'm of a delicate constitution.
Beautiful stuff. ATAC, you sneak away quite well. With that being said, Umami,
Yes.
you notice making a beeline for you is that golden dragonborn. And they've brought one of their fellow suckers who you suckered out money with them.
Oopsie.
They're not particularly equipped for adventuring. They seem to be just locals that like drinking here. One of them being a gold dragonborn, the other one being a black dragonborn. And they both sort of tug at each other and go, there they are. You stole our money. And they come in swinging. So, one of them pulls out a little baton and is going to attempt to swing at you for a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Well done, commoner. Wow, okay. Yeah. They club you over the head with this baton. The gold dragonborn clubs you around the back of the head for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
The black dragonborn also swings for you, pulling out, oh my gosh, a similar club for a 19 to hit you.
Both hit.
Oh my gosh, another 4 points of damage. So they just start piling into you with these sticks, slapping you on the head across with them. And you can hear the sound of the boom, 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 like that. I know you cheated!
I tried to reach to Umberto.
Love it. Like I feel like I'm being tagged into the wrestling match. I'm like,
I know that choices were made, but it's just like it's too much.
It's too much. No bad choices were made. This is too
Actually, on the
you can have inspiration for that.
on the hit,
I mean, we love so much.
Umami is just like, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh my God.
What? Can the Dragonborn make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Quick question: are you wanting to make this lethal damage?
Yes.
oh shoot. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea we get out of the city for a bit.
That's a natural one.
So they are going to take.
Which one? The golden one or the black dragon one?
The golden. 6 fire damage, please.
Yeah, they burn to a crisp before your very eyes. They burn.
That will teach you. Don't touch me.
The black dragonborn immediately drops their baton and starts backing away. Not thinking that that's where that was going to go. So you can see this is going on, and you feel a pat on the shoulder as a little gnome swings at you for a 10 to hit.
Catch the fizz, mate. I ruined. I mean, I just watched a dragon burn to death. This isn't for you.
I was just trying to get him in.
Hey! I slightly moved the hand so it just sort of gently. Yeah, there you go. You hit the big guy. Good for you. Go on, sling your hook.
Royce, you sort of look up and you start to pat yourself off, and as you do so, you see a female tiefling wink at you with purple skin, and as she does so, she swings for you for a 13 to hit.
That misses.
She swings at you, missing, and then she just sort of shrugs and then gets back into a fighting stance.
Great. I blow her a kiss. That was hot. Yeah.
That's like second base for Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I haven't even started the foreplay when it comes to this love match. Let's go, Tiefling.
Umberto, it's your turn.
Sort of as I'm going past an army, like patting them on the like, yeah, well done. You. A little bit of like trying to wade through the crowd to go get Royce because he's not gonna stop.
No. Not now. I've got someone to flirt with. Yeah, fighty flirt. Oh, yeah.
I think as I do, sort of like I start moving and I just sort of like, all right, keep breathing, and just sort of like, whoomp. I'm raging, but weirdly, my rage doesn't make me angry. It's just a very calm. I'm also, because it's a wild.
It makes me grumpy.
Yeah, no, just that sort of like, hey, the energy of the famous board game "Don't Wake Daddy." As in just like, you're too much noise. Shut up. You know, a bit like the thing with like the gnome as people are like trying to punch me, where I'm just like, nope. I'll roll on the wild magic. I have rolled a 6, which means where's my rage? Where's my wild magic rage?
Roger.
Beautiful. Lights start swirling around me, sort of like the sort of miasma you would see in the desert, which has now given me a +1 to AC and to all allies within 10 feet of me.
Nice.
So for being like, oh, I'm trying to just get through, as I just light up with like Will the Wisp side.
Where was that +1 AC when I needed it?
I'm sorry. Also, actually, is Unami still on the ground? Were they knocked prone?
No, Umami was just being slapped with batons.
Because I was going to say, if they were
now they have. One of them stopped because they're dead, and one of them stopped because they're like, I ain't fucking with that.
Sort of stomping across in my sensible shoes to try and get Royce.
In my sensible shoes. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So you're heading towards Royce.
Mm-hmm.
If you use your you could probably use your action to dash to him and get to him. It's like difficult terrain. He used his action to dash across the tables.
I think it's a mixture of things. It's not so much dash as I'm just like, move. Yeah, just like pushing people. And like, I think like someone takes a swing and I'm just blocking it with my, just like, nope. It's very like, if you're on the playground and you're like, oh shit, a teacher's coming, and the teacher's like, no, kids move. So I'm just like, Royce,
Nuts.
Royce, we need to go.
You could definitely use your action to get to Royce.
I think that's fair. I think because I also worked out, because I have Sentinel, I would have gotten an attack of opportunity as he was leaving, but I was just like, if I stop him now, he needs to get some of this out of his system. You know, he's going to be a lot better in the desert if he's like, oh, I literally am prepared for him to be like, you know, I fell in love. I fell in love, mate. It was so great. I'm like, yeah. So I'll use my action to get close to him.
No worries.
Again, I don't think the height difference is so huge, but it's almost like the big guy's like, right, you touch my little mate, I'm coming for you.
Brilliant. So, as you're getting closer, you kind of get to the point where you're like, oi, Royce, we need to get out of here. Yeah. As you do, you can hear the unsheathing of a blade from behind you. A 12 will not hit you.
No.
As a blade swings past your face, one of these masked individuals comes at you. They're wearing like just a scarf across their face so that their eyes are the only thing that are visible. Royce, one comes out of the fray for you with a 17 to hit.
I'm just flirting with a tiefling at the moment, so I haven't got my sword out, have I? No, I haven't. So they're going for me. I haven't got my sword out. So that's going to hit me.
All right. They slash across your back, dealing
Wowzers.
4 points of slashing damage. And you can feel like a hand grabbing the back of you to rough you up, as well as slashing. Yeah, they're like roughing you up and slashing at you.
As I said, I've got Sentinel, so someone who isn't me has just been attacked. I'll use my reaction to just clock this masked figure. Again, I don't think I've got my weapon out, so unarmed strike of just literally just sucker punching them in the face.
Go for it.
So that is I'm just quickly checking what rage does, +2 to the damage. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit.
Amazing. So that is +2. So that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage as I just...
Nice. You see this person slash at Royce and then start to pull them back.
Yeah.
You're like, oi! You just lean over and your arm just springs out of nowhere, crunching into this face. You ignore the one that went for you. Your arm just goes straight out and like a piston just punches this person in the face. You hear, oh! From behind you, Royce, as someone has clearly been cold clocked. Ow! As it looks like for a second, Umberto was gonna strike at you.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time. I almost think that's how we met.
Lovely.
I can imagine we were the sort of guys who were like, yeah, okay, we kicked 10 hells out of each other. Drink, cool.
Absolutely. Yep. You questioned my honor. Let's fight. After the fight, let's drink together. Yeah. Love it.
From behind you, Umberto, you feel a tap on your shoulder. There's a larger figure, also with a scarf over their face, who is hulking in size, looks at you, and pulls out a mace. And they swing at you. Oh, wow, terrible. They swing at you for a 9. And you manage to move your footwork back as the mace whistles past your face. And then they strike again for an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Taking your footwork as you go, you lean in to dodge round the second blow, but they feint and they smack the handle across your head, dealing 4 points of bludgeoning damage and a slight...
I have resistance. I'm raging, so
perfect. So you only take 2. a slight bruise starts to form over your eyebrows. You're like, that wasn't very nice.
I mean, credit where it's due, but
Umami, from your vantage point of behind this table, you can see Umberto has made his way through, pulling the crowd through, and is currently being attacked by 3 figures.
How weak do the 3 figures look like?
How weak?
Yeah.
One of them looks rather large. One of the other 2 kind of look a bit like they could be anyone. You know, certainly they look prepared for this fight. But one of them is holding their face and crying out in pain after Umberto cold clocked them.
I feel like they deserve punishment.
Ooh. Ooh.
They've been naughty.
Punish them. Ali, punish them.
You know, a simple thorn whip to this thing. So let me just double check something. I'm not sure if I put yes, it was counting. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Monsicle. Well, sorry, my spoiler alert, not my big kitchen knife, and I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip against the big one. And that is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 2 points of damage.
hey.
You jump onto the table, casting Thorn Whip. How does your Thorn Whip look as you strike out and lash out with it?
So it is more like I put my knife on the floor, sort of like staff the floor, and then this sort of line of this is gonna be like rosemary kind of line, and then it's just gonna be like really, really grabby. And yeah, it's just that, and it's pulled towards me 5 feet. I don't know if that changes anything. But let me see. Probably I can have. No, I don't have any bonus action. No, that's it.
You pull out this thorn as it lashes out against this big man's arm. It tears at him as it pulls him back, and he staggers back slightly. He looks back at you, seeing you, but then turns away, sort of disinterested. And you figure out, well, is that the end of your turn?
Now that you said that, now I am. No one disregards me as such. So I'm gonna stand up. So, well, I wasn't prone, so I'm just gonna stand up.
Yeah, you went prone.
Where Itak went?
It's currently on the floor, I believe. You're muted for a second, Mike.
You could just see his booty as it's waddling out the back door.
Combat crawling.
I'm currently stood at the door, like watching.
Your massive eyes are like our eyes, like hello.
I'm gonna get next to Umberto, knowing they have some techniques to intercast.
You could probably get halfway to Umberto, just because it's difficult terrain to get through all this.
Can I cover the rest of the distance with a big spit and trying to call the attention of the big guy? Just like, hey, you look at me, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you can definitely make a little intimidation check.
Roll for spit.
Actually, I'm gonna use Thief's Scan to see if it's more like, what is this guy trying to do with? It's a hero. Oh no, this is what +1 intimidation. Oh, 18. Nice.
They look back at you just as this is happening. They feel something wet hit them. They look back. They sort of like stare at you, and then they look to the side of you, and that's the end of your turn, right?
Yeah.
As they look to the side of you, your eye line follows, and you see an even bigger one of these guys right next to you, pulling out a scimitar and a dagger for you. And whilst this one's not as muscular, there's a certain, like, you can see the hierarchy here. This one was, this one saw you burn someone alive and made a beeline for you. Right. Okay. Right. A 20 to hit.
Hits.
As they slash across you with their blade, dealing 4 points of slashing damage. They slash again for a 7, which you manage to duck underneath. And then, will a 14 hit you?
No.
And then the knife comes for your throat from underneath your throat, and you manage to almost matrix twist your body back.
I imagine that is the first hit the one that sort of slashes me, and there is blood on the knife, and then the blood on the knife starts like burning, and the knife is like white hot. That's why they couldn't hit me as I cast again Hellish Rebuke.
Very nice.
Yeah, so could you please make me a dexterity saving throw 12?
They fail.
They're gonna take 3 because it's second level this time.
Nice.
10 points of fire damage.
They start to burn, their hands, their arms, briefly set alight with infernal fire from your deep heritage. And the fight continues. And that is where we'll take a little break. We'll see you in about 5-10 minutes or so, and then we'll get back with our heroes back into the fight in Fate's Blessing. Yeah. See you in a bit, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Hello, and welcome to Tales of Fate, Part 2 of Episode 1?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It is right, that's why. It was right.
No real need for the question.
You the
mark. You're
DM.
right, yeah.
You say what is right.
Part B.
Okay, wonderful. So where we last left our adventurers was mid-bar fight. Excellent, that's what we love. We had what seemed to be a normal bar fight quite quickly escalated by masked individuals or hidden individuals of cruel intent that seem to be very much in the stabby way with everyone. And speaking of stabbies, Royce, you've just been slashied across your back whilst in mid-fight with what seemed to be quite a flirty tiefling with purple skin. What would you like to do as somebody is trying to sort of grapple you while slashing at your back, but has been punched in the face by Umberto?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well. So.
My nose.
My schnoz.
Stop
So
whining.
the tiefling individual who's in front of me has just thrown a punch. Royce deftly moves to the side and says, we've got something in common. We're both horny. And then they feel a slash across their back. I was kind of hoping the next scratches on my back would be from you, but maybe later. And they pull out their rapier and they spin round to see what then happens with the punch in the face of that bit there. And they're going to attack that individual with their rapier that's now drawn impressively.
Go for it.
Okay, that is a 17 plus 23.
yeah, that'll hit.
Yes, 23. They're going to hit them. And because Umberto's there, that means I can use Rakish or Datazy, yes.
Yeah.
But the swashbuckler way of it, which means I get 2d6 as well as the 1d8 plus 4.
Nice.
So I'll roll all of those and then see what comes up. Where's d4? So 5, 11, 13 plus 4. That's 17 damage.
Ooh.
Or, this is the one that was already hurt. Are you using non-lethal or are you using lethal damage?
Oh.
Just like a question because, there's a bar fight and then there's people slashing at you with swords.
Yeah, and I haven't seen the immolation of that individual by Umami, have I? So actually, well, they've just cut me across the back, but it was
that was a commoner. That wasn't like this is like that person was just sort of hitting people with like hitting Umami with a stick.
And then they got
they got completely decimated. This is like clearly someone you've been in fights before now, and you've been in serious fights before now, and you recognize almost a uniform, and that is that of somebody who's concealing their identity. And there's three of them in your vicinity, so you're aware of the stakes of the situation.
Then I'm going to make this a non-lethal attack because also because I want it to give the impression that because it's a rapier point, that it's going to go somewhere which I'd like to incapacitate this person. So it's a non-lethal, but it will mean they're not probably going to be able to use their sword arm or whatever they were trying to attack me with. Would that be?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You can slash down at their attacking arm with your rapier, and as they clutch their arm, stumbling, you just hit them with the butt, and that knocks them completely unconscious as they fall over, legs springing up into the air. And do you have any bonus actions or anything you'd like to do?
Well, I'd like to try and carry on getting out of the pub in a really cool way. So, because they got in the way of that. So turn round, kill them, turn round to dash. So my bonus action of dash I'd like to use to see if I can complete the action I was trying to do when I first got up here.
Just to jump out the window, basically.
Yeah, in a really cool way.
So unaffected by actually what's happening. Man tried to kill me, but here I go.
That's
There
right.
will be
Flirt
one
with
attack
you,
of opportunity.
try and kill you, out the window.
There will be one attack of opportunity as you do so.
Oh, really?
disengage or?
It's a different person.
Oh, it's a different person.
Yes, because you're swashbuckling. Sorry, I've just pulled up the Vecna dossier again. It's just immediately made me laugh. Vecna is the biggest, baddest new.
OMG, Vecna's back. Tell a friend.
I need to close that, otherwise it's going to keep making me laugh.
No.
Vecna's back.
No,
and
no.
As always,
You
he's
look
up
at
to
surprisingly sexy Vecna. Because that was
What?
last time they were like, you made Vecna too sexy.
Who said that?
People who want to fuck Vecna. He's back now,
Wow.
and he's got 2 eyes.
This is a see now people understand the Darvak situation from when I
Yeah.
played Barda.
Yeah, how could you resist? The longest fingers.
Okay. Yes, because of your rakish audacity, I'm just gonna double check. No, it's your fancy footwork.
Yes, fancy footwork. That's
it
the one.
Comes up again.
Sexy Vecna. Slight tangent. I once introduced Vecna at a young age to a party, and I gave him a name and everything, like a first name, and they went, no, we don't like that. His name is Vecna Vecna.
To become a net lich for a name like Vecna Vecna.
It's scary. Absolutely terrifying the hearts of thousands. What is your name? Vecna. Okay. Enough of that. Yeah, it's a different creature. It lashes out for a 15 to hit.
That is my armor class. Oh, no. I've got my sword out.
Also,
So,
you have
plus one.
Is
Yeah,
that me?
from Umberto as well.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, so it fails anyway. But because I've got my sword out, I'd have been able to defend it as well. I've got a +2 when I've got my sword out. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Short answer, no.
As you start to make your dash to get away, you see this blade come up and you ha-ha, and you parry the blade.
That's all right.
As you then
Absolutely.
attempt to dash out, you clamber up onto a table and attempt to dash out a window. Would you like to make me another acrobatics check?
Yes, I would. This is going to be a front flip, probably going to pike and landing Avenger style, and then raising my rapier into the air. Because I've rolled a 13.
With a 13, you flick the rapier out the window, flicking yourself, following it after it.
Yeah.
The rapier outside this tavern where there's brawl noises. There's a little child. It's they're just sort of sat, just in the shade, just crunching on like peanuts.
Right.
And they look as a blade wangles into the alleyway, and then following it, this roguish man, boom, 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 who lands just not ungracefully, but on 2 feet with a hand steadying themselves to the ground. They get up, pulling the rapier on the ground, and go, ha ha!
Triumph again. Just a thing. Are those nuts being provided by the parrot that's sitting right next to the child?
Yeah.
Who's cracking nuts for them?
Well
Yeah, correct. Perfect. Great. Yes. Where's the rest of them? I'll look back into the pub. No idea where anyone else is.
You look inside and you can see the people you've left in the middle of the bar fight, and at the very sort of middle between the end of the tavern and the fight, you can see Umami engaged in combat with an incredibly large, well-bladed figure.
Great. Going back in then.
Yeah, that's a
Yeeting
problem
the
for
rapier
another
back in
turn.
again.
Okay, that's a wonderful end to your turn. ATAC. What you gonna do?
Clears his throat.
Call lightning.
And he shouts, "Oi! Looks like they're breaking the rules! They've got weapons out! Get them!" And I'm going to try and convince the entire bar just to go after the ones with weapons breaking the bar fighting rules.
Yeah, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Trying to make my voice also sound like a hunter, not a
Sweet.
sweet little moon boy.
Sweet little.
No, not the sweet little moon boy. He's too
No
pure for this
harm.
world.
No harm can come. from
That
sweet
is
little
a
boy.
22.
Yeah.
From the other side of the bar, yeah. That little sweet moon boy's right. Get him. And the others will now suffer disadvantage whilst attacking you, as they are mobbed by more people surrounding them.
And then I will cast Healing Word on Umami, as I'm worried about them.
Why are
That's
you
fair.
worried? They just
You
they,
get 5.
they just burned someone alive. It's
Yeah.
That's their problem. I don't ever question Umami.
and neither should you. Just poking me in the chest later.
Learn from me.
Ooh, a commoner manages to strike out at one of the bandits, dealing 2 points of solid damage.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
They
The plan is
cold
coming together.
Easy.
Umberto, it is now your turn. You have a large one in front of you, a smaller one behind you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, now. Let's see where tonight takes us before we get to. I also think, having heard the sweet little moon boy's cry, I'm like, getting a weapon out probably isn't the best idea here.
Yeah.
But again, like I'm dealing. Is there sort of like? I kind of want to use my weapon though because it's better, but I'm happy to still be punching people. You know.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, you know, I could just keep punching and pretend I'm one of the crowd, or I could defend myself properly.
I think it's all getting a little bit. It's all getting a little bit silly, really. You know, now they're fine. Yeah. I'm just gonna. I think I'm also I'm gonna do my attacks, but I still, let's say, non-lethal still, just to so the one who I cold clocked unconscious on the floor, there's the really big one which is next to Unami, and then there's one who's slashed Royce, right? That's
no, so
hit
the one
me.
the one that slashed at Royce, you punched and Royce finished off. There's one more that slashed at you that's not been touched at all. And then there's a bigger one. You know what? Let's just call them by the names to make things easier. There's a bandit. There's a thug who's slightly bigger that's after you. And then Umami is being attacked by what could be called a bandit captain.
Ah. To meta as I look and as I see these name bars appear above their heads, like,
Little health bars above their head.
I think I'm just gonna hit the thug with my great axe, but once again, probably with the butt. If we're playing fair, we're not knocking people out. Does a 17 hit?
Oh yeah.
Cool. So that is. So that's 12 plus 2, so that's 14. Let's say bludgeoning, just.
Yeah, lovely. You pull out your battle axe and just crunch the thug in the face. Again, their head reels back and they cry out in pain.
I think, again, it's a bit cheeky, but I just sort of. It's a bit like intimidation. I just sort of scream at him. You know, just a bit. Like, I smacked him in the nose. If he's got any sense, he should just leave.
As he screams out, "Ah!" You scream out, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Any other bonus actions? Or...
Let's have. I think. Okay, so I'm like looking around the battlefield. It's like, sweet little moon boy. The cook is gonna get rocked by that. I'm coming to you in a moment, Bandage Chief. Yes. I think all my other bonuses are, to be honest, touch based. So while I think I'm gonna square off with this thug, just being like, I'll get to an army in a bit. But yeah.
Fair enough. Wonderful stuff.
Fine.
Okay, so the bandit that's being pummeled by commoners will, now that Royce has disappeared, will turn their attention to you, Umberto, and try to slash at you, but will miss with a 9.
I think if they're close, I always like to sort of slap them. I'm like, no.
You just hear this general, oh, as you slap them.
Ow!
Oh!
Oh, that really hurt.
Jeez Louise.
Come on.
The larger thug, which, they all have disadvantage now. I did say that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is lucky because they just rolled a natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a flat roll.
Because they had advantage?
Yeah, because they had advantage. So I don't know whether or not to take the first roll or to just roll again.
I mean, folks, little fun fact. Umberto is basically damned by fate for being a cocky little son of a gun. That's pretty unfortunate for me if you're going to give them a crit on me.
I feel like you just said it yourself. Fate calls for it. So
Yeah.
you feel in this moment that something is just rather unlucky about this situation as the thug looks back down at you and the top of the mace crunches into your face.
Well, you're probably wondering how I got here.
You take 7 points of damage, which is half down to 3. Which isn't that bad, really.
Folks, this is what I said when I was creating this character. The worst thing you could ever have is to have the gods or fate interested in you. So now the eyes of Lady Luck herself on you, like, okay, what you can do now? As a mace just cracks me across the jaw. I'm like, ow, owie.
You recall the sensation in your head. You remember saying that, haha, I laugh at fate. As the mace. You thought it was going left, but it was left. It was your left, which was also their left.
Yeah.
But not your left, and then as you were thinking about that, it crunched in your face. All right.
I even like mentally were like, oh, this is going really well. Take that, fate. Oh, why do I keep doing this every time?
Their second attack also reaches out for a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Wonderful. That will be max damage 8 for 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Beautiful.
Great. They once again, as you're like reeling back from that first hit into the face with the mace, they swing back and punch it into your stomach, and the air leaves your lungs as you can feel bruising. Certainly.
I've only got weak bones. I also say I've got hollow bones, even though it's not true.
Even though it's not true.
It's like when people when they're about to fight you, you're like, no, it's my birthday. You wouldn't hit a guy. I reach in, put on my glasses. I'm like, you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses. Come on.
Beautiful.
No, you wear them on your neck like
Yeah.
those.
Umami, it is now your turn.
Is it?
You are locked in combat with this bandit captain.
What do you mean locked in combat? So is it?
He's got a padlock, and it's so big it wraps around you both.
I see.
No, I'm being silly. You're just having a fight. That's all.
Imagine if that in a bar fight, they're like, now we're locked together.
We are locked in combat, sir. We will not be escaping each other's grasps.
So let's start with an all. You know what?
Do I?
I'm going to take what seems a what's the word? Like a rolling pin. Is that the rolling pin? Like
Yeah.
and I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on it, and then I'm going to smash it. Am I in some sort of position where I get flanking or something?
Not really, because you've not got any allies near you.
All right. It's okay.
Yeah, there's a fight with Umberto going on in the middle of the tavern. You're halfway between the tavern and where you were sat, and then Royce is outside the tavern on the other side, and Atac is further away from you, but towards your side at the doorway, going, "They're using weapons."
Live it. I roll a natural one, which is a shame. So there goes that. I'm gonna start making my way out. So I'm just gonna start going out. The strategy here is always like, as I try to hit this person, so my rolling pin just goes bigger and like more like woody than really like soft or like smooth. Try to hit, doesn't work, and it's like that's my cue, and I start making my way out and willing to take a opportunity attack.
Okay. I'm just gonna see. All right. Sorry, parrot stats.
Great.
No, don't be a hero.
Is it a rolling pin that you use?
Yeah.
As you swing the rolling pin, the bandit captain puts their sword out and just cuts it in half as the spell like comes across, and you're like holding the half of the rolling pin, and you look at the bandit captain and you're like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave." And can you disengage with your?
No.
Do you have cunning action?
Not yet.
Not yet. Ooh, okay. So you can't disengage, but
Bring
you're
it
gonna
on.
take it. Right. They're gonna swing at you with their scimitar. For a 20 to hit.
Hit.
Goodly gosh. They strike at you for 5 points of slashing damage. Those hit points definitely came in useful.
As they slashes me.
Hellish rebuke.
Hellish rebuke.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Right. They need to make a dexterity saving throw. They got a 20 for that as well.
Ugh.
Are they gonna
So
take
half damage.
Ooh, half of 24.
Nice.
Good
Full
that you
whack
put-
on that spell.
Yes.
12 points of damage as they once again burn out in flame.
As I start walking back, I look back and I say, "Is that all you got?" And then I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. So I use first one was a cantrip, and this is
Bonus
a
action.
bonus action cantrip, and this is an action spell, so I can do. And the other one was my reaction, so as well I can do. This is level 1. 24 to hit.
Is guiding bolt a bonus action?
No, the Shillelagh is a bonus.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
But don't you have to use your action to hit with Shillelagh?
It's a one.
I think that might be.
That
the
would be the
Yes.
attack.
You're right. So, yes.
Yeah.
So no.
But
Yes,
it was definitely good thinking.
And I'm gonna keep making my way back.
Are you still egging on this person? Are you still saying is that all you've got?
Yeah.
Cool. As you
Smiles
start like
politely and like,
shuffling your way through the crowd, you're like, is that all you've got? You
But,
see
but it's
them
actually,
shuffling
I never
out.
lose eye contact. It's always like stepping back, you know?
All you got? I love the slightly walk back. Is that all you got? Yes.
As you do that, you see this person start to make their way through the crowd, just pushing through. Will a 17 hit you?
Yes, absolutely.
Then I guess then a 21 will also hit.
oh no.
Indeed.
Then finally, I think a 9 will miss.
Yes.
Right, holy moly. Okay. That's 14 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Are you okay? Or are you down?
No, I'm not okay. I was still up, but I'm not okay.
You say like, "Is that all you've got?" And they come at you, and as they get closer, you're like, "What? That's so loud." You are like getting cut to ribbons. You're having to put your arms up, and you can feel your arms being slashed about. You open up your guard, and you see the knife jabbing for your good eye, and you manage to like move out of the way as the blade whistles past your good eye.
Wow.
Yeah, they are coming for you. You are about halfway to attack, about 15 foot away, because it's difficult terrain, basically, to get through. Okay, Royce, outside the town.
Yes! Excellent. So now when I look back into the tavern, realizing that for some reason no one else was exiting, because I thought that was okay. Can I see anyone? Can I see anyone from that point?
Yeah, you can see the situation with Umberto going on in the middle, and you can see Umami getting slashed to ribbons on the way towards ATAC. And from behind you, you can hear, "Make sure you tell them the plan before you go out windows."
Okay. Thank you, Pat. So how far is Umami from me?
Umami would probably be 45 foot.
Yeah. So what?
But
the same.
It's difficult terrain, so it's doubled. It's 90 foot.
Oh.
If you're going through everyone.
Oh no, I was thinking of throwing a dagger.
Yeah, it's 45 foot. Yeah.
Oh, so what's the bracketing thing on a dagger? Is that when it's thrown?
Yeah, the 30 will be just a standard roll for anywhere between you and 30 foot, but anything between its threshold, which is 60, I believe.
Yeah.
Anything past 30 to 60 is disadvantage, and it can't go further than 60. So 45 foot would be disadvantage, but you could use your movement to get 15 foot in, have the full roll.
Great. Then let's try that. I think try that because I've got a short bow as well. But if we're thinking in real time, I can't go, wait a minute, and take out my quiver and do that. So it's run back in, put out a dagger.
You get a free stow. You get a free stow and thingy, so it's up to you.
It looks pretty cool. I think dagger looks cooler. So cool. Yeah, looks better. So as I turn around, wonder where everyone is, look back in, everyone's in trouble. I take off my hat, hand it to the boy, and go, hold that. And then I take out my dagger.
The boy looks down and puts like the walnut casings in there.
Perfect.
And then takes another one.
That's it. They're both just watching, as if popcorn. And I'm going to run forward, leap back through the window, take out a dagger, and I'm going to throw it at Umami's attacker, please.
Great. Roll, Royce, please.
17 plus 5. That is a 22.
Nice. That definitely hits, and you get your sneak attack damage because our wonderful Umami engaged.
Great. So
you leap through the window
all the way.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. That's how this team works together.
Divide and conquer. I'm pulling him out of the friends.
2d6. Okay, yeah. So that is 9, 10, 12 plus 3. That's 15.
Yeah, 15 points of damage is a nice, solid hit. As you jump back through the window, pulling out this large knife, you launch it across the room.
I like to imagine that as I jump back in and stop and throw this, I found myself standing right next to the tiefling that I was flirting with. Just so I run back in. So I've run away, jumped out, just come back in. I came back in because I really missed you. Huzzah! And then thudunk into neck.
The knife stabs into the back of this bandit captain, who cries out in pain and reaches for it, pulling the knife out, looking at you, Umami. They chuck the knife away. They are still moving.
How taller than me is this?
How tall is Umami?
Not like 5'7".
This person's like a good 6 foot. Good 6'2", maybe.
So just look terrified a little bit.
Is that all you've got?
I'll take you all.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Michael?
Dodge, hide, disengage. No, I'm not engaged with anyone. I can't go any further. I can dash a bit further.
You could use a bonus action to dash further in and get into combat with Umberto.
Yeah, fight me.
Not with Umberto, but with the two fighting. Umberto's currently taking on two.
I'm gonna run back. So I'm next to Umberto. What happened to you? I thought we were leaving.
I mean, what's the plan to jump? You jump through the window again. We can't.
That was the plan.
You've got to listen to the parrot, mate. You got to tell us the plan before you get back. Before you do stuff.
I thought we had like a bond, telepathy. We could just speak without using words anymore. Just movement. Yeah.
It was all metaphysical.
That's right.
I like to
Tell me about the physical meta. Yeah.
I'm always worrying about the physical. It's just like pushing me. Get off us.
ATAC. You're slowly watching Umami like getting preyed upon by this large bandit captain. You've just seen the re-emergence of Royce, and then join Umberto. I almost called you Roberto. What would you like to do?
Atac's gonna sigh, turn around, and walk away from the door. And then walks away from the door, and then but what returns as he sort of disappears, reappearing from where he left, a tiger comes flying through the door and pounces over the top of Umami's head and slams straight into the bandit captain.
Great. Would you like to make some attack rolls?
As I've given up and realised that I'm going to have to get involved.
There's an audible scream in the bar as everyone realises there's a fucking tiger.
This is a great bar story for those who survive. You're like, were you there when the tiger turned up?
Because I'm jumping... Oh, no. I was going to be like, because I'm jumping over the top of Umami's head. Is he surprised?
I think they're surprised by a tiger. I don't want to speak for Ali, but hey...
I would personally shit myself.
The tiger.
I don't know if you remember, Mike, but on the day of your wedding, that night, I had a horrible nightmare about a tiger attack.
Oh, no.
So I woke up ready for your wedding. Like...
I'm going to have to fight a tiger.
Do I have to protect people from a tiger? It was awful. It was awful. I don't think I told you because I didn't want to ruin your day.
That would be amazing.
That's so nice of you, Niall. Of all days, not to occasionally.
That's a dirty 20.
I'll hold back.
No, but in fairness, I would usually tell Mike this kind of shit. But I was like, today's about you, mate.
Mate, I've got something you need to know.
Yeah,
if a tiger comes, I'm ready.
I had the most paralytically horrible dream last night.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I can predict the future, but
Lauren's walking down the aisle, just
yeah. Just going down, just nudging you, being like, so last night.
You just hear a cough like, you say I do. Now you're like, yeah. We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah.
We know they love each other.
Yeah.
What did it mean? What did the tiger symbol? Sorry, did you say a natural 20 to hit?
No, dirty 22.
That definitely hits.
Sorry, excuse me. That is 11 max damage.
Ooh.
Wah we were.
That's a spicy meatball.
No idea where that came from.
Can you make me a strength? Can you make me a strength saving throw as well, please?
Yeah, please. Okay. That's a failure for a 6, I imagine.
Yeah, you are now prone as I pounce over the top of Umami's head and just slam and take this bandit captain prone as I...
You see these wide eyes from the cow as this tiger leaps upon him.
And then I get a bone. I can use my bonus action if I knock it prone to try and numb its face for a 17 to hit.
This is just like the dream.
This has all happened before.
Yeah,
For a
the
17
17
to hit.
definitely hits, mate.
Awesome.
This is visually disturbing me.
12 piercing damage.
Holy crap.
As I rolled incredible on my dice again. I rolled a 9.
The tiger proceeds to tear into this bandit captain who's just screaming. as they compete with a large tiger. Ah! Holy crap.
You mess with my umami and, you push it too far and this is what happens.
I feel like because of the entrance of the tiger, most of the regular people of the bar just start filing out. Royce, you feel a gentle kiss on your cheek as the purple tiefling dives out the window.
Thank you. Yes, lovely.
Okay. Umberto, you are now fighting the thug and the bandit with Royce in the middle of the tavern as people are just starting to exit.
I'm so tempted to be just like, should we just go? But you know what? No, that's... I think if I can knock out this... yeah, I'm going to keep working on the thug. Might as well. We've got an animosity.
Who's knocked out? So one's knocked out on the floor, yes?
Yeah.
One bandit
slowly being trampled on by people.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Just having their head just stood up.
Drinks poured on them. Just like... yeah, I'm just going to...
One gnome pees on them.
It's the gnome from earlier.
That'll teach you.
I got blowing. I roll to just smack him with my great axe. 24. Again, it's always good to check.
24 will hit, my friend.
Yeah. That is 7 points of bludgeoning. Again, as I'm just cracking them with the...
Lovely. Absolutely cracking. You smack them across the other side of the head and they spit out a tooth.
I think again. I'm just like, look, mate. A tiger's turned up. If you want to just bugger off, I mean, I won't hold it against you.
There's like a moment of like, as they like look at the tiger,
I love it.
They look at their friend being like eaten alive.
So when Berto sort of like does a head tilt towards the tiger, then does a head tilt down to the trample, and then does like a little shrug, like,
The bandit holding the scimitar looks at the thug and sort of says, "What are they doing?" And the thug goes, "Let's get out of here." And
wise.
the bandit looks down and is like, "What do we think?" And the thug goes like, "Bring him." And they
peed on it. Just you got pee on you now.
Yeah, the bandit starts to pick up the unconscious one.
Just out of curiosity, I just wondered where you're from.
That's like weird.
Because otherwise, I was just going to check his body before, after you left. But if you're going to take him, I thought I'd just ask you.
Oh, what's that over there? And then he just sprints.
No.
The thug also sprints out straight after him.
What? There's someone over their shoulder? He's not going to sprint.
He's going to try to.
He's going to try to. Well, I'm not. I'm going to try and rugby tackle him to the ground. I want to know where they're coming from. I've asked him a direct question.
Yeah, your opportunity attack to. Yeah, make a grapple check, please.
Yeah. What is that? Is that strength?
That is a athletics strength, please.
So
I'm just picturing you both like fighting over the unconscious body now. Like, no, it's mine. No, it's mine.
So I'm rolling athletics. Yeah. Okay. So I'm rolling athletics. That's good. That's 17 plus 3. That's 20. Dirty 20.
That is nuts. They have a +1 and rolled 19, and I was like, "There's no way this is happening." But well played. They try to like dodge out of the way, and you just boom, you literally hit them like a train, and they're now carrying you and their.
Tell me where you're from. It's a simple question. Yes.
Oh no!
Let me go.
Oh dear, they're kidnapping Royce.
No, I'm not being kidnapped. I just want to know.
Just rubbing my grey axe.
I'm from Hale. Leave me alone.
No, not the place. I want to know the organisation you work for that sent you here.
No.
Please.
He asked nicely.
Until you do.
I am from the.
You're making
lands,
it up.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Umami, it's your turn. In front of you is a tiger chowing down on the bandit captain.
Swing, but I just need to know what kind of swing. Okay, no. DM,
Yes.
we have had a lot of fun here. Is the commoner actually dead? Because
No, he's struggling along. He's nearly dead.
No, the one that I cast,
Emulated.
the first one that fell down.
Oh, as in like the golden dragonborn.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
very dead.
You burnt him alive.
I asked you, do you want to do non-lethal damage? You said no.
But as in unconscious.
No,
Okay,
he's
no.
dead.
Very dead. Okay. Okay, I will have to deal with my consequences later. I'm gonna hit this individual. Because it's on the floor, it's already advantage, right?
Oh yeah, because they're prone.
Yes. So that is, oh Jesus Christ. Everything here is really bad. Okay, Montico. Nice. 21 to hit
That'll do it.
for 1 damage.
What?
Boop.
This is
tiger-
on you. This is on the fans. I don't play druids. This is on the fans.
Yeah.
The tiger's probably in the way a little, and you just kind of like, yeah, the side of this bandit captain's like into his foot as it kicks.
And I'm gonna keep making my way out.
Yeah, you join the crowd as everybody starts to leave. The bandit captain is going to attempt to get up and continue to slash out at the tiger. Might as well, eh? Okay. Now, will a 10 hit you, Michael?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Will a 16
Mm-hmm.
and presumably a 23 will also.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
they
done.
they slash out wide with the scimitar, and you back off in your tiger form. And as you back off, they cut down across your paw, dealing 5 points of slashing damage. As you like growl out and claw at them, they pull out their knife and slash at your paw, and deal another 5 points of piercing damage as they stab a dagger into the outside of your arm. They are heavily bleeding and breathing heavily. Royce, it's your turn. You're currently holding on to this bandit who's like, just let me go.
Right. So I'm holding on to a bandit, just saying let me go, who's also holding another bandit who's unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. This bandit, do I get the impression that that I might be able to persuade them to tell me something by being nasty to them in a nasty way?
What, intimidating them, you mean?
Well, yes, by, hopefully they've just seen what happened with the dagger that I threw, which was kind of cool. And then I've got another one. So I was going to take out the other dagger and say, I don't want to have to ask you twice.
They do care about their lives. They do want to get out of here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Evidently, someone sent them here to get Dave or Ali.
Yeah,
yes.
Dave. We all remember Dave.
That's him, Dave.
Yeah.
They look at you, they're like, my business is not with you. I will leave you alone if you leave me alone. Do you want to roll a intimidation check?
Yes. Well, how dead looking is that banded captain?
Oh, pretty
Then,
fucked.
what the hell? I'm not going to try and intimidate him. I'm just going to show him how good I am with this thing. I'm going to throw my dagger at the bandit captain to try and kill him off. Just because, let's kill someone.
Go for it.
Actions, not words, you know. Is he prone? Do I get advantage?
Are you going to release the grapple to do this?
Well, I can do that to one arm.
Yeah.
Wherever you'd like. Wherever you'd like. I mean,
No, I feel like you make sense there. You wouldn't have to release the grapple.
Yeah.
Slowly sliding down this guy's back now.
Okay, right, let's throw the dagger. So throwing the dagger, that is a 6 plus 5. That's an 11.
Misses.
No, your nice dagger.
Yeah. Oh, will this change your opinion? Probably not.
Throws it out the broken window. Like
They look at you and they're like, just let me go, man. There's a tiger here.
Yes, I know, but he's a friend. Just tell me where you're. He's my friend. It's complicated. Magical, that sort of stuff. I don't really understand it. Apparently, it's physical meta. I don't know. Anyway, are you going to tell me what I want to know? Where are you from? Please.
No.
Oh, bored
In
of
fact,
you.
to be fair, make an intimidation check at disadvantage.
Okay.
I feel like it's only fair that you actually get to make the check.
Okay. 8. Do you know what? I rolled 2 5s, so 8 both times. Yeah!
Yeah, they're just like, no, and their hand crawls up your face and they're trying to push you away. You're like, come on.
I'm going to look back at Umberto and just, I think I'm... okay.
I'm adjusting my axe. I'm like, fine. Well,
I'm just gonna let him go. I'm bored of this one. He doesn't tell me anything. I'm not very good at the torturing stuff, am I, Umberto? Fuck it.
no. Well, you're working on it. We've all got different skills.
You're right.
Attack. It's yours. It's your turn, Atak.
Tiger.
You finish him.
I'm gonna mitten sock.
Mitten.
I'm gonna
non-lethal,
non-lethally just
Yeah.
claws in and just boff and see if this will just.
The amount of muscle in a tiger, it'd feel like being punched by Mike Tyson.
That's only a 14 to hit.
That also misses.
Mm.
The bandit captain dodges out of the way of the first paw. Do you have a multi-attack, or is it just...
No, I can only do the multi-attack if I pounce, which I can't do that close.
Interesting.
Well, you can't offhand with a
Don't think so, no.
off paw.
Off paw? Meow.
He does have 2 little mittens.
Little mittens. No, if you've not got a multi-attack, I think...
No,
it's
yeah.
Yeah, stat block. All right. Interesting. Bandit captain stands. Umberto, it's your turn. The thug... the thug's kind of seeing what's going on with Royce, and he's sort of heading over to the bandit to try and help prise Royce up.
Oi, you. My mate wants information. Now, tell us... Look, I'm going to break it down to you, mate. Tell us what we need to know. You can just bugger off. Otherwise, I'm just going to, I don't know, chop a limb off. How's that sound? So, coming up to the thug, holding this axe. Who you
Make
work for?
an intimidation check.
That... again, it's the weird thing about, like, it's charisma. Oh, why is it charisma? I'm a terrifying... Okay, let's have a look. 19.
That's... Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Oi! You! Information! Just, again, the fire in my eyes. I'm like...
They pull down their like, mask, and their face is, like, broken and bruised. Their nose is slightly dislodged. You can see blood coming down. But they're just quite a tan-skinned male. Yeah. And they're unbearded, clean-shaven. And they look at you and they say, "Look, we don't want to fight anymore. If there's a tiger, and we just want to get out of here. We were hired by some people to come and get you and take you to them, paid us gold to ask no questions."
Okay.
Ask them where the gold is.
As the head is like appearing in my camera, and I'm like, okay, that's later. So you don't know? It's just random people asked you to grab us, just the four of us.
We're not here for you. We're here for the one that dived out the window, but we were going to grab you for information.
Okay.
We saw him talking with them, and he points at Royce.
Yeah, no, he's very chat.
Very chatty, yes.
Yeah. Just again, the head comes in. So it doesn't. You don't know who you're working for. You're just working for some guys to get gold to get that guy. That's all you got. Yeah. No. Hey, mate. I get it. Royce, get off them. They're useless. They're go-betweens.
Okay. I'm absolutely understood. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'll let you go this one time.
Yeah. Just.
How about that? Can you give me that gold before you go? Because obviously
that bandit leaves.
You didn't do the. You didn't do the thing. So.
It's just sort of like to the thug. I'm like, fate smile upon you. Best of luck. Off you go.
They nod at you.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you were so spiritual.
Oh, as the crackle along. I'm like,
I do.
Yeah. Well, just before I do this, does that count as my action? Because
if you want to do something, yeah.
I was like, well, you got to believe in something. As I hurl my axe at the Bandit King's head across the room.
Let's see if this one is
nice. Can you hurl a battle axe?
I don't know.
I don't think it's got the thrown.
I don't think it is. I just liked it.
I'll class it as like an improvised weapon.
Sure.
So just roll with plus your strength modifier.
That's more than fair. That is a there's 12. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, it does. And would you like to roll damage, but just add your rage, not your strength modifier?
Sure. So
I think that's the roll for an improvised weapon.
I'm happy with that. So I rolled.
It's a battle axe at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Roll the dice for the battle axe.
I got a 10. So just with that, it's a 12. 12 points of.
Yeah. How do you want to kill this bandit captain?
Poor tigers. Like, as just this battle axe just comes and just decapitates this poor bandit captain as I just walk over. Good kitty. Look at you, Nami. You're like, you're right.
Barely. I'll be fine. I've seen your worst, actually.
Yeah, well, the last time. Just sort of like, look back at Royce. Like, I got him.
Excellent. Good shot. You see, using a bigger weapon was a much better idea. All I did was use this silly little dagger. Next time, massive battle axe. I'll remember that.
I look a little bit scared.
You hear a gentle clapping coming from the bar, and you see Zane Al-Habibi just stood there going, very well done.
Well,
you would be proud. And he looks at the portrait, and the portrait's just staring all like...
I take a moment and I go, dedicate the kill to her. Thank you for the hospitality. Once again, apology about the mess. We'll be on our way.
grab any drink on the table.
Yeah, just
Down it.
Oh yeah, minesweeping the entire way out.
Absolutely naked drinks. Absolutely excellent, gang. You start to make your way out of the tavern. Is there anyone in particular you'd spend the time for maybe a short rest before you go meet Mr. Ali at the sand gates, which lead, funnily enough, to the desert?
Is there another bar? That might, I feel we need a post-fight drink that isn't where we just wrecked.
You could definitely go to a different bar if you wanted to.
I mean, what else is there for us to? Because he said he's got all the equipment. We don't need to get any. We don't need to do supply run. It's just. Yeah. I think that's the sort of conversation that I have. I step out, start lighting a cigar, and be like, "So what are we doing? Another drink? I mean, hungry? Do we want food? I guess we're a team now, so." I mean, I've got no plans. Didn't have plans all week, and now we'll go out into the. Actually, I think I'll turn to.
You are such an old man. I didn't have plans all week.
I didn't have plans, might as well. I go to ATAC, and I'm like, look, I mean, I was talking about what was it, the field of dead souls or something. I mean, you got any idea where we're going?
The tiger raises his eyebrow at you.
Good cat, good kitty.
If I could, I would have given you a nonsensical, spiritual, poetic answer.
Do you do that in tiger? I'm like,
it's in one beautiful, elegant eyebrow raise. You feel your heart being touched by the stars and the moon.
I feel as if I have just looked upon a savannah with the beautiful. I'm like, beautiful, mate, beautiful.
Royce, as you're walking with the guys, the hat drops on your head and the parrot joins you on the shoulder. You feel slight uncomfortability as you reach up into your hat and pull out a few shells.
I wouldn't say it's the first time that's happened. Just
Interesting.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Pat. So
Wallet?
Did you say wallet?
Walnut.
You can steal someone's wallet if you like, but no, I'm all done for wallets. Just got a bit of time to kill. I was just casting my eye around to see if there's a little purple tiefling anywhere.
Maybe
roll for
a D100 roll.
What's that?
A D100 roll.
I've got to try to remember how to do that. D100. I think it's that one with the numbers on it, and then they've all got numbers. They've all got numbers on it, Michael.
Yeah, the one with the numbers.
D10 kind of look like those spinning tops.
Yeah,
and one of them has double digits, one of them has singles.
Yes, 24.
Unfortunately. Oh no.
What?
Wait, how do percentages work here?
Folks, we don't know
24
numbers.
of 100, is it? I don't know.
Right.
Yes.
No. Sorry, is the answer. I was trying to figure out how percentages work in D&D.
We're all learning, Niall. We're all learning.
To Cthulhu. It's just I was like, But yes, no.
Having traveled a lot with ITAC, is there anywhere that we know in town that can give us some sort of information about this River of Light?
In terms of information, you know that Zayn Al Habibi, back at the Fate's Blessing, tends to be a bit of a, because he was an ex-adventurer, does know stories, and has told tales as such.
Are we going back in? Did we walk out and go, one more thing? Actually,
I forgot my wallet.
We did say
I
wallet.
forgot my walnut. Yeah, that's right.
Can we bring our captain with us?
You want to go back? Yeah, totally. It's totally cool. You can totally go back. You guys enter the Fate's Blessing once more, and the bar staff have come out and have started sweeping up. One of them sweeping up the ashes of that gold dragon fawn. Unrecognizable now.
Where is Habibi?
Habibi's just at the bar, having a little drink, talking to the portrait of his wife.
I approach. Can I have a drink, please? And
Ah, hello, friends. Of course. He walks behind the bar. Says, what can I get for you?
Ale.
Actually,
yeah.
you then settled your tab.
3 ales and milk for the kitten. I look down. Milk.
So that was your tiger.
Sorry.
This is your tiger?
We know the tiger from work.
It's a colleague.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine that there is
druid, perhaps.
Yeah, a couple of maybe feathers that are like similar to like concealing between the four. It's
Fair enough. Well, if this is what you prefer, and they pull out some milk, put it into a bowl, put the bowl on the bar, so you can get to it. They pull out a wine, 2 ales, and they say,
you know, I'm always like a very to the point person. I didn't like to be like on the bushes. I'm looking for some information about a place called the River of Light, the River of...
Outside, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably the three of us, we are not the clevers. I mean, I look at the parrot.
Yourself. Yeah.
I look at the parrot. Like, yes.
Yeah, roll me history checks, guys.
I'm gonna guide myself because droids. Nice. That's a 14 on the die. Plus 1, 15 total.
Nice. Anybody else rolling?
I got a 13. So.
It's 12, but I can't tell you about it.
And I'm too busy walking back into the place and trying to work out what went wrong with jumping over the chandelier and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to
exactly.
be the incense. You remember the incense burning your hands.
That's it. Yeah. So I could have done that. Yeah. So no idea.
When you lick the sugar off your fingertips and feel inspired by it. And you remember that there was 3 locations spoken of. The Great Library of First Stories, the Land of Frozen Souls, and to make it to the library, you had to follow a river of light.
So we first need to find the second location? So
Those are just the 3 locations that were brought up. You've only asked about 1, is what I was saying. Zane strokes his beard and says, no lands or anything I've heard of that would suggest that kind of thing. I suppose in the sun, sometimes a river might look like it was made of light as it reflected the light, maybe. But that is maybe at the point of midday. Things like that always have like wonderful rules and clues.
And the second one...
I remember from my adventuring days, don't you, my darling? to the portrait behind him. The portrait looks you all.
And the second place is the Lake of Frozen Salt. The
land.
The Land of Frozen Salt. Does that ring?
This gets more of a reaction from Zane as he turns and he says, "Oh, the lands of frozen souls. Why would you want to go there? It's very dangerous."
I like danger.
Well, let me tell you a tale. And he leans forward with his wine. He says, long ago, there was a man who had found an ancient lamp. Now, this lamp contained a genie. The genie of the earth. A Tao. And the genie and him worked together to woo a princess. Now, the genie wished to be free. That was the last thing the genie wished for. And as the wishes were running out for the man, the genie helped him rescue the princess, find everything he wanted. And the man used his final wish to set the genie free.
Oh.
And you know what the genie did?
Killed the man? No. Stole the girl.
Cursed the man and his whole family. The genie was too angry to see reason, or even thanks or gratefulness that the man had freed him. No, thou are very, very selfish creatures, and one should be careful around them. They cursed their old master and their family, turning them to stone. These are the lands that have been lost to the sands. He says whoever goes near never comes back, as the land was cursed to stop anyone from curing the family of their torment. Living stone flesh, they say.
And let's say someone stupid enough trying to find such land. Where do we start? I mean, where do they start?
Oh, supposedly in the high desert. I mean, I've never been. I've just heard the stories from some of the tribes people out there.
You are.
I made all my money in the Ghost Mountains, you know. I never needed to go that far.
Fine, thank you.
Anything else I can help you with, my friend? Apart from the bill, of course.
Anyone else?
How much do we owe you?
About 5 gold.
Ah. And I take out a big block of oblivion. And so how much of this is 5 gold?
That's way too much, my friend.
I know that. I just didn't know. Can't you just chip some off? Isn't that how this works?
Right.
Do you not just have 5 gold coins on you?
I slightly sort of push Royce's hand down. I've got 5. You don't want to have to go to the traders with that. You know, just put down 5 gold. There you go.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay. Anything else I can help you with, my friends?
We're also hearing like rumors about like a great lost library or something. You ever heard of that? That sounds. I mean, not books aren't my thing, but.
A lost library in the desert?
Yeah, that's good. It's got to be somewhere, I suppose.
There was the library of the first stories. But that is an old legend.
Yeah. What do you know about that?
It's said to be the first library ever made by the ancients. It's apparently got all of the history of Zakhara within its walls. And has 2 guardians, if I remember right. Beings of time itself.
Right.
To guard over it for all time. If I'm remembering that correct, I think my wife knew it better.
So raise my drink to her. Cheers to her.
So does he. The portrait looks down at you.
The intense gaze has increased. Just
somehow it's got more aggressive.
That sounds like quite a tale.
What are these guardians? Are they like big creatures, or do you know anything about these guardians who are there?
I don't know. The stories are not very specific on this one. It's more of a legend than anything. An idea, a lost city, a lost library, this kind of thing.
Metaphysical. Got it.
Groovy.
No, it's a story. It's about a physical place.
Well, you know how stories work here in the desert. You know, things change, make them more impressive. But that's. Well, thank you.
I don't know. I'm one to believe that stories are true, from what I've seen. Yeah. My mother used to tell me stories of demons, and I would never have believed her before I killed one with my own hands.
You'll have to tell us about that sometime.
Just before you get started, we gotta have a chat. We had a little chat with those bandit types. You got any idea who's currently like running any basically, I'm asking. They didn't know who was hiring them. Who's any big movers you've heard? Anything?
Not that I know of. I mean, I suppose this is an enlightened land. We don't really have people like this.
Yeah.
There's freelancers, mercenaries trying to make a name for themselves. We are not like Hyol, where there's lots of problems going along. Halwar is very, very peaceful.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid to say it seems the less peaceful people seem to be coming into your city. So,
I say, mercenaries.
Yeah, no problem here. Considering that we definitely have had a rumble here multiple times over our time in the city. Like, yeah, no issues here.
No, everyone needs a fight every now and then. It's so rare for things to get so bloody.
Yeah, very. Side glance at the ash. Yeah, very odd. Very, very strange.
It's okay. People will report if they feel necessary.
Yeah. Quietly, like
I won't. And then he winks at everyone.
Okay. That was very interesting. Thank you very much. I think we need to go.
Yeah. Thanks again. Much appreciated.
Well, all the best for your travels. And who is a good kitty? And he gives the tiger head a big scratch.
Again, like going, sort of like going.
I'll allow it for now.
Yeah. You don't get enough scritches in life anyway. You're like, fine. Yeah.
This is actually rather nice.
Shall we go to?
Yeah.
Sounds lovely. Let's go
Yeah.
and catch up this alley chap.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always have a short rest here and then meet up with him in
Oh,
an hour or
yes.
so.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll feel better after that.
Yeah. Why don't you?
It's up to you. It's up to you guys.
Why don't
Yes. Can I have a bit of something to eat and then have a short rest?
There is another tavern if you wanted to go to that one.
I think maybe we go to the other tavern. Having trashed this place, it seems a bit cheeky for us to be like, yeah, no, we broke all your stuff. Could you make us some food?
Seems happy.
I mean,
You
This
gather the
happens a lot.
$5 was definitely compensation as well.
yeah, no, I kind of. Again, being team granddad, I'm like, kids are sorry, they got a bit rambunctious, yeah.
ATAC will leave to the other tavern.
Yeah, I think we should go to the other tavern and just kind of.
I think I can't speak my mind, but staying in, the scene of a crime and literal murder, maybe not the,
Yeah, the sooner we can
place
get
to
away.
stay.
So,
I didn't see who did it. Nobody could tell me otherwise, but
Zane's not
it was a
telling anyone.
murderer.
So you can head to the Sand Gates, and there is a local tavern just outside the gates called Dry Land, with a picture of a ship in the middle of the desert.
This place looks perfect. I love ships. Used to have one myself.
Did you?
we all remember what happened with
Before it was taken from me.
What's taken from me? Just thought I'd tell everyone that, just in case anyone overheard. Wanted to ask me about
I
it.
just like the idea that there's this like deep moment of just like actual anger. Like, here's some shit once before it was taken from me. But yes.
Yes, exactly.
Turns to a stranger. You will never know the tragedy of mutiny. It is the breaking of the strongest word.
You guys spend an hour in there. You may take a short rest as the afternoon passes plentifully. You may roll dice. Yeah, stitch yourself up. You will definitely need it. And whilst you're in there, you notice a familiar face. Attic.
Tiger.
A familiar face of Ali, who walks in, but this time wearing different clothes. This time seems to blend in more with his environment, with lighter clothes, still with armor crossing one arm, still with the backpack and the bows, the arrows, and the swords on his back. But you notice that they're hidden a bit better with cloaks and a hood that he's currently got down, and he is entering with a tabaxi with long fur, and they are talking quite hushed in hushed voices. Do you point... At this point, your wild shape would have changed, so you're back in your owlin form. Would you point him out to the group?
No.
No, I see him. Does he see me, or is he very distracted?
After a minute of talking, he does look around the room and he sees you guys and he waves over and approaches, leaving the tabaxi, who then goes back outside. The tabaxi is also wearing, like, they have like a weird hunch, and have like quite, you know how like cats sometimes paw. That seems to be a lot of the mannerisms of the tabaxi that he's talking to. They just keep like talking out with their paws.
Oh, it's Italian. Can't weird in that.
Yeah, the
No.
tabaxi is Italian. No, it's 100% Italian.
Hey.
But he comes over and he says, "Hey guys, how you doing?" That was a bit mental, wasn't it?
I mean,
Why did you leave so
Going to be-
quickly? Who was following you? Yes, sorry. Yes.
Is this going to be a common thing? Like we get running into trouble and you just disappearing, leaving us to handle your shit?
I hope not.
Well, because that's exactly what happened.
I mean, a fight broke out. That was...
I think a fight broke out because you jumped out of a window and then shouted, "There's going to be a bar fight," if I remember correctly. Well, a way round, but kind of on you, boss. I mean, we all like a scrap, but poor Nami here got stabbed multiple times.
Sorry about that. I genuinely didn't think, from what I heard about the place has fights quite regularly, but they never really get too violent. Look, we should probably have this conversation outside.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
He starts to walk out of the tavern. Do you follow?
Question: is the cat still a cat? How long?
Say again?
Is Itak still a cat?
No, at this point the wild shape's gone and is now an owl.
So it's just quiet by choice.
Yeah, I've actually, ironically, as you say that, ATAC holds off to let Ali walk out ahead, and he just sort of, under his voice, so that you three can hear, go, he recognized the people that walked into that room. He knew exactly who they were. He's lying to us.
Yeah,
He didn't think it'd just be a normal fight because he knew exactly who was walking in the room.
they're here for him too. That's what they said. We were going to be taken off to be questioned.
But think about this. Is it worth playing our cards straight away that we know, or...
Just while you're having this conversation, I don't understand anything of it. So what I'm going to go do is going to speak to Ali. Then he's not suspicious of why you're still in here.
You know what,
Great.
Royce?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to go outside and show him what Pat can do. Come on, Pat. And I walk outside and go and speak with Ali. Yeah, exactly. Just so that Ali doesn't wonder why we're all standing inside.
I kind of again lean into the. So what do you think? Do we ask for more money or?
No, I find that when people lie to you, you let them continue lying, and eventually they confuse themselves and tell you the truth.
I mean, yeah.
The moon doesn't consider one face better than another. She just glows, especially stunning at each turn.
Weirdly, Umberto kind of always understands these. It's like a weird trope aphorism where you're like, yeah, if I do aim for the moon, if I miss, I'll still end up among the stars. Yeah, no, I get it. The logic of a throw pillow. I'm like, yeah, mate. Yeah, play the cards close to the chest.
Yes, I just wanted you to know that he knew who they were. Recognition was in his eyes, and he just lied to us.
I suppose the less we rock the sand boat, the better, really. Yeah.
He's kind, but fearful. in a strange way where it's confidence, yet it's anticipation. It's very strange. I've not seen someone so strangely like excited and supportive, yet concerned and out for themselves. It's very fascinating.
We probably should help. To be honest, I was going to say protect Ali from Royce and the bird, because they're going to be doing some tricks. There's going to be some impressive stuff, yeah. But yeah, play it smart. Yeah, just a little bit like, yeah.
Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Right. Royce, what do you do to keep Ali entertained?
Well, what we're currently doing is a wonderful game that me and Pat like to do, where Pat flies up as high as he possibly can with the just out of curiosity, can I find the other dagger when we're at the other place?
Yeah, you've got your dagger.
Got both
You've
daggers.
returned your battle axes.
Great. This is the where Pat flies up with a dagger in their talons, and what they're going to do is going to drop the dagger towards me, and I'm going to catch it in my hand just as it's coming down.
Make a performance check or a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. And yes, and so Ali, what I do is I send Pat up into the sky, and he's going to drop that dagger, and I'm going to catch it. Do you think I can? How about a gold piece on it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sure? It's very exciting. How high would you like Pat to go?
As high as the tub.
High. Okay, great. Tavern's high. Okay, good. Okay, off you go, Pat. And goes up with
walnut.
No. You're not dropping a walnut this time. It's going to be the dagger. Okay, so tip the dagger up. Okay, don't drop a walnut. Less impressive. Might have been safer though. Up you go.
The parrot looks at you concerned and goes, "Dagger." And then flies away.
Yes. Maybe I should have said walnut instead. Anyway, and drop. And I've rolled a. Is this performance you wanted? 16.
Okay, nice. You like briefly do your nails without looking for a second. Like as you're like watching it drop, you go, "Ooh, what's that?" And then as it falls, you just catch it with the same hand. And you're like, "Haha!" And then you mirror your nails and your knife.
Nice. And then just pick out a little bit of walnut. Yeah. Okay.
Walnut. Ollie goes,
That's the actual trick.
You know, I would never have thought you could do that. And he pulls out a gold piece and hands it to you.
And under my breath, I go, neither did I.
Never done it before.
He pats you on the shoulder, and the rest of you join him. He goes, just this way. And he leads you to the sand gates where the tabaxi is waiting outside with camels. He pulls out a little coin purse and passes it to the tabaxi. The tabaxi goes, I thank you very much.
Lovely.
I want to say it. And then scuttles over to some other camels. Ollie hops on one of the camels and pulls out a compass and rides along the wall, waiting for you guys to mount.
Oh, what horses or camels?
Camels, sorry. Camels.
And is there camel for each one of us?
Yes, and there's you can see supplies of food and water.
I do like a sort of semi-druidic like ritual of asking permission to mount the camel.
Yeah, I would also say that you would know that you don't have to mount the camel, you can just walk. Ali just seems to be proficient in riding animals.
Oh, I don't have much issue with riding the animal. It's more if the animal gives me permission to ride.
Yeah, of course. Would you like to, are you going to speak with animals, or are you going to...
That would be such a waste of first level spell.
Well, you said it's a ritual, so I didn't know if you were ritual casting it.
I don't know if it is. Yes, I'll ritually cast it.
Yes. About 10 minutes to do your ritual, and Ali does wait patiently, understanding what you're doing. The spell activates, and you can hear all the camels they're just like munching on some cud. And they're like, so, how long do you reckon we're going to be out for? Oh, I don't know. Probably about a month this time. A month? Oh. Well, I hope he's got more water than last time. I was very thirsty. This is what you can hear. Exactly.
We have calcium in our bones, iron in our veins, carbon in our souls, and nitrogen in our brains. 93% of us are stardust, with sounds made of flames. We are just stars that have...
What the fuck is that bird saying? Can you understand? I can understand that bird, and I feel like he's talking to us.
Also for us, we just heard like camel noises coming out, just like that beautiful.
Yeah, somehow you know it's still profound.
It's the pacing of it.
Yeah.
It was the pacing.
You just hear me go, "Wow, man!"
You all right, Chief?
Do you mind if I jump on?
Oh no, mate, get on. And he like lowers down for you.
Cheers, pal.
They all lower down for you.
I mean, are we good to ride the camels now? Are they happy with us?
Do you give permission for all of them to ride you?
Permission? What are you on about? Just get on.
Yeah, I'm getting on the camel. That's exciting. Like
they don't understand. They don't understand the idea of permission because this is what they do. This is like their lives.
I will also get on a camel. Kind of confused again.
Talking about permission, mate. What's this permission? I've never heard of it before, but he was talking about nitrogen earlier, and I've never heard that either.
I do know stars, though. I've seen those.
I know what a star is. I've seen a star. They happen when the big light goes out. I believe they call it the sun. As you guys start traveling out to the desert, Ali pulls up his camel into the middle of your group, and he says, "Look, I understand that things are a little bit rocky in our relationship right now, seeing as, yes, I did start a fight to cover people who are trying to find me. The book might belong to someone before it belonged to me. And, I mean, in fairness, they stole it first. I was just stealing it again.
Right.
You know? I went to a collector to actually get this book, and he told me that it had been stolen. By some professionals, actually. I just tracked them down because it's what I'm good at. The thing is I genuinely need help. If I'm going to do this, people are going to find out. And when people find out, they need to have a story. So when I ask you to forget me, I mean that. I need you to forget me. Because there are people scarier than the people who are looking for me, also looking for me.
Right. So, again, we just happened to find great treasure. Just the four of us. Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, again, don't want to get in your business, but it's not a wizard, is it? You're not messing around with wizards, because I can't...
They're not good.
Yeah, no, just the grumble from the group is like, we don't want to mess with a powerful wizard. Yeah.
As far as I know, there's no wizards.
Good.
No, the people that dealing with this don't know who they are. A lot of people don't know who they are, actually. They just seem to hire out a lot of contractors, but there's a few higher ups don't really understand it yet. But hey, that's just building a case, you know.
Well, we're your hired hands. You know, your money's good. Let's see how this goes. Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. I promise you, you're in safe hands.
Yeah. Well,
let the sun settle, and you will see the moon and stars mirrored in your being.
What he said. We got your back.
Okay. All right, everybody got a compass? And they all...
Royce, no.
And like Royce is sat the wrong way around on the camel as it's walking the opposite way. And
No, Pat told me the right way.
Turn around.
Go backwards.
Royce knows the right way that a camel goes.
There's other
He
things
might
to
not be
look at.
particularly sharp, but he knows which way a camel goes.
But no, as Royce turns to look the right way, you just see a tiefling waving like goodbye.
One more thing. Do we have any time left?
Yeah,
Skin, lovely. No, okay, lovely. Okay.
She'll be, well, mate, she'll be waiting for you, hopefully, when you come back. And if she isn't, it's a story to tell. You know, you lost love.
I wouldn't say love this now. We didn't really know each other. That's the thing. I'd prefer to really get to know what made her tick.
Yeah.
And then also what made her scream. Yeah! Anyway, let's get back on the camel.
Ali gently laughs at that.
I kind of just shake my head at Ali just a little bit like, I yes-anded Royce like 4 years ago, and I'm stuck here. Just, we're best friends, but oh god.
Well, you know, here it is. He pulls up his hood a little to give him some shade from the desert sun as you head off into the desert and your adventure has begun. And that is the end of today's session.
Yay!
Hey!
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next week for part 2 of Wonderful Tales of Fate. Thank you all for watching. Bye!
Bye!
Thank you very much for joining us for tonight's session. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, you can catch us on Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 p.m. UK time, where we play Dungeons and Dragons, and also on Fridays from 6 p.m. UK time, where we play other TTRPGs. You can also find us on YouTube on either Wednesdays or Thursdays, where we do our talk shows. Talking is a free action, or Talk Together. Due to schedules, they're not every week. Just follow us on social media and join our Discord to see when those episodes will be going live. Speaking of YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, please do give us a like, follow, subscribe, all of that stuff. Comment down below. It helps with the algorithms so that we can see what you like and what we should be doing more of. You can find us all over social media as Roll Together RPG, and a massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. We love them. They are the best. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. You can join them from as little as $1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Tom, by following the links in chat or in the description below. There are 2 different tiers that you can join with different benefits, so go give those a look. You can also join our Discord, as mentioned before, again by following the links in chat or in the description below. And we will see you next week for more Roll Together adventures.